the outdoor guards to their deaths.
Yes.
Goblin dogs inside and found a warhorse trapped in an outdoor shed.
Yep.
As to why we're here, I think that this group of goblins is planning on attacking the town that we live in. I forget the name of it.
Sandpoint.
There we go.
Yep.
It's my hometown. I don't know the name.
You don't think of it?
I mean, it's not super relevant.
And most
It's
people
that
from
place.
Baltimore can't pronounce Baltimore, so I guess that's
Balmer.
Balmer, hun.
Downtown Balmer.
That just
Did you
reminds me
see
of
that video of the guys pronouncing Aaron, earned, and iron?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Earn,
It's like,
earn,
well,
earn.
earned, and earn. What the hell? We talk like that? It's like, yes, you do. Earned, and earn.
Yeah, so we're here. We went through all of the thistletop, like thistles, I guess, that big thing outside to get
Mhm.
here. We figure if we can kind of enter this stronghold and disrupt their attack plans, then they won't attack and we'll be safe.
Yeah,
And
Otherwise, they will.
unfortunately, we're the best people for this.
yeah.
We don't know any reason why we're so good for this, but apparently we are.
Well, if I
It's
recall,
because we're the only ones that have chosen to do
Literally
literally
2 days,
anything.
Yeah.
3 days ago, we were at a festival, and we're basically commoners.
Yeah. You guys are
and
the
now-
heroes of Sandpoint. People have
Now
been
we are.
like,
The bar is very low.
We were the heroes of
Yeah.
Standpoint at level 1. We weren't like the heroes of
we
Casimir
stumbled into
until
that
level
shit.
like
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, we tripped
In that
over
game.
that broom handle
yep.
of
It's really weird because we weren't the heroes of Casimir until we were like level 7 on our other characters. So like level
Yeah.
1 heroes of Sandpoint is like,
Yep.
oh, this is a real tiny town.
yeah.
I think you guys had the moment where you're like, oh shit, I think we're the backup. Like we're the cavalry.
Yeah, we're the plan B.
We're the ones that they called when shit got bad.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
We're the Goblin Busters.
I
Yeah.
also recall we noticed in the Goblin Castle there was like lots of horse hides and like stabbed horse heads and hands that were staked to the walls.
Yeah.
And weren't there like birds and crows and feathers and stuff in the entry room?
Yeah.
Goblin Munchers and Goblins hate
Yeah,
us.
there were a
Harpy wings.
lot of
Horses and
trophies.
dogs.
Yeah, I think that was the primo kind of trophy on the wall. There was a pair of harpy wings, and that's the room that most of you are in right now. You had discovered some, I think, jars or some barrels of pickles that seemed to have been like ransacked. You guys killed a bunch of goblin dogs that were tormenting this very anxious and angry horse that was just trapped in a shed.
That we left there.
Yeah. And I think that you guys had also connected that the drag marks that you had found kind of going through Thistletop were about the same size of this horse or were about horse sized. So I think you guys sort of like CSI'd that they dragged this fucking like horse back here somehow and then locked it in a closet. I think that Blythe had heard the sounds of goblins like arguing from this
Right,
tower over
tower.
here. And otherwise you guys had just kind of walked through like random rooms and shit. And Roymond, let's see, what else did you guys find? Did you guys walk back here? You can't see where I'm pinging, can you?
Nope.
Um,
You point with an arrow.
I don't think we
well,
did.
I don't. Yeah, I think you guys had kind of walked and just found a bunch of random hallways and shit, and then
Yeah,
doubled
I don't
back.
think we
We
kind of
explored the
stopped
whole
right
left side,
here.
Right.
and then we're going
Basically,
out.
I had opened the door to this room and seen
Yeah.
the boss man,
Yeah.
and then we stopped.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. You guys.
about going upstairs but decided to cover this level first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweep and
Uh,
clear.
Yeah, you guys had opened, or Roymond had walked through this particular hall, opened the door, and found a room full of goblins. Most notably, a goblin with a dented crown, sitting next to a very I guess a giant gecko. It's giant for a gecko. And a handful of goblins. And I think he had like stood up from his throne and addressed you right before we ended last time.
It seems
So everybody caught up?
I think so.
Okay. Did we roll initiative? We did. I had you guys roll initiative last time. Okay. So, Roymond, as you open this door up, you look up and you see these goblins that the goblins like right in front of you here. They seem to like have their dog slicers out, and they seemed like as if they were in like a mock combat of some sort, like right before you open the door. But they look a little bit surprised as they like turn to look at you, and the goblin leader stands up on his throne and says, more visitors. He seems to be addressing you, Roymond. He says, an unwelcome intrusion, but I suppose if you've come here, it's to parley.
I think, in fairness, I believe Roymond attempted to bluff last time that he had, like, stumbled into the room or something.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
believe he failed.
Yeah, he did. He rolled an 8. I see that now. What was the bluff? Can you remind me?
I don't remember. Let's just say that it was like, sorry, wrong room.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. War Chief Ripnugget looks at you and says, "Wrong. I doubt it's the wrong room. If you're here to speak to someone," and he kind of gesture, like puts his hands on his hips, and he says, "I'm the one to speak to."
Sorry, I've forgotten why I came to speak to you. Could you remind me?
All right. I guess bluff. Like, that's not true. Like, I guess I'm trying to discern like what you're trying to do here. Okay.
I genuinely, Chris, the player, isn't really sure what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's fair.
Out of character, we're coming here to prevent the goblin attack on Sandpoint.
Mm-hmm.
We know that somebody else is like kind of pulling the strings.
You know about
goblin tribes are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's some kind of
she
was an Asmer, which is like inverted tiefling.
Right.
But she was all sugared up to Ameko Kaijitsu's brother, whose name escapes me. Testudo. Yeah. I keep wanting to say Testudo, like a tortoise.
Yeah.
Like the Roman shield formation.
Sure. I mean,
But yeah.
Like you do.
They're behind this.
Yep.
Why the fuck this guy thinks we're here to talk to him, though?
I'll reevaluate then.
Yeah. You guys are here. You know that Nualia is pulling the strings, and that I think Testudo had told you guys that she and her companions were orchestrating the Thistletop Goblins and the rest of the Goblin tribes for this raid that happened on Sandpoint. So exactly what you guys plan to do about that is somewhat up to you, but you know that they're here. And you know that War Chief Ripnugget is the leader of the Thistletop Goblins. I think that probably goes without saying. You had been informed by that the ranger chick, whose name escapes me, about the kind of important goblins.
Shalelu.
Okay. I think
Shalelu and Asana.
Shillelagh
I
and
think
Testudo.
Roymond probably
Mhm.
stands there with a blank look on his face for a second because he's just shocked that a goblin is like even considering peace talks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, yeah, we're here to talk, but I'm a little surprised that you're willing to.
These commandos kind of take a step back, almost like embarrassed, as Rip Nugget says, "Well, I think it's worth parleying with you Longshanks from time to time. I mean, after all, it's not every day that the heroes of Sandpoint walk into my throne room."
How the fuck does
Yeah.
We've had this reputation for like a day and a half, and the Goblin King basically knows it already.
It's been longer than that. I think
We
it's
were
been
recovering for like a week
Yeah.
or so.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's been a couple weeks.
Does Roymond detect any subterfuge?
Yes. You
Okay.
you detect that this goblin is definitely has an ulterior motive
Okay.
for offering to parley with you.
Yeah, it's odd for sure.
Right.
And I'll motion to my companions. Are we in initiative order?
I just kind of wanted to have that ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Blythe will
I
step up
immediately
beside
start.
you.
I immediately
behind
drink
you.
my mutagen.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
fuck
would say that you can do that out of turn order because you're listening to this conversation that's happening right now.
Yeah, Avani's like,
Yeah. Yeah. War Chief Rip Nugget says, by all means, which of you should I be speaking to? Who is your leader?
Well, I don't know that we have a leader as such. We're kind of just a ragtag group, really. What's going on here? Why are you even willing to talk with us? Are you scared of something?
Scared of anything? No, but I always find it's useful to parley with Longshanks from time to time. After all, you are visitors in my home. Isn't that something that you all do?
doesn't sound very Rip Nuggety of him.
Um,
He sounds more like Chief wastes people's time on pointless babbling.
excuse me,
Who's
Chief-
that?
hi,
Where's
I'm
that
Blythe.
voice coming from?
Kind of steps up in
Okay.
to the doorway.
Oh. Oh, an elf or a half elf?
Yeah, I'm a half elf. But I guess you mentioned that it's not sometimes good to parlay with people. Have you been parlaying with other people recently?
He narrows his eyes when he speaks to you, or when you say that, and he says, "Why do you ask, my dear?"
Because it's a thing you said you do.
I've parlayed with other Longshanks from time to time. Certainly, it wouldn't be uncommon. By all means, step closer, dear. Let me get a better look at you. War Chanter, fetch us. Do we have any ale? And the War Chanter kind of like gives a weird look to Rip Nugget, and then just like comically her eyebrows go up, and she just like she winks like with her whole body, and she goes, yes, my lord. Of course, I shall return with libations." And she kind of slinks over to this doorway and steps through it,
Oh boy.
or this doorway, and steps through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
gonna step into the room. I don't know that that'll be necessary. I don't think we really need to get liquored up today. We've got a long road ahead of us.
Nonsense! I've heard tale of you, Longshanks. You have a long history of offering libations. Perhaps you'd like to try some of our dog wine. That's dog's blood mixed with water.
So it's just watered down blood.
Yes, it's delicious.
Oh my god.
This is disgusting.
Like Royman just looks back at the party with just like this completely flabbergasted, puzzled look on his face. He's way out of his depth.
Vanya seems to
So
be
is
legitimately
Blythe, as you can
considering how
imagine.
that would taste.
Cardi.
Cardi.
Cardi calls out. There's more back here.
As Cardi, as you're standing there, you see a goblin female step through this door right near you, and she looks like she's going to open this door right here. But then she just looks up and sees you. How do you react to this? She looks a little bit surprised when she sees you standing there.
Um.
Oh, actually, you know what? She steps to the door. She goes, "Oh, don't mind me. That wrong room," or whatever Royman had said initially. He says exactly that shit.
Does she back through the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Cardi like holds up his hands and they like glow with frosty, like his frosty glow as if he's gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Because he's surprised, like a goblin just appeared to his right as this conversation.
She opened a door.
Yeah. And he calls out to Royman and says, "There's some back here. You better hurry it up."
No need to bother with any of that. I'm certain it's just my libation chanter fetching libations.
Libation chanter.
Cardi
Right.
looks at this one and says, I'd feel more comfortable if you don't come into this room.
Cardi looks at who?
The one that just opened this door. This one.
Oh, okay. She's like backing through the door and like closing it.
Cool.
Okay. Royman and Blythe, how are you reacting?
We seem to have a bit of a chillaxian standoff here.
Blythe is kind of looking over at Royman, hoping he will say something, since that's not really her strong point. Also, I have a -2 charisma right now.
Well, yeah. So, parlay, I suppose. What is it that you would want to leave the town of Sandpoint alone?
To leave the town of Sandpoint alone?
Yeah.
Why, what makes you think that we had anything to do with any of that at all?
We have it on good intel that
There
you're
were some of the
involved.
bird crunchers.
What does
nesting
that mean?
nearby. Or I should be saying, there were some of the bird crunchers nesting nearby.
Well, there was some bird crunchers not very far away from here, and we know for sure they were involved. So.
Oh,
Yes,
whatever they were.
we punished them most vociferously for their erstwhile engagement in the war making on your town.
Does he have a fucking thesaurus next to
He's
his
like
arm?
rapidly flipping through it.
He's not using any of these words correctly. He's just trying.
He has a bunch of
His
sticks
hand.
with like common words carved in them, and he's just like
Yeah.
rumbling around in this pot full of
Yeah.
And he's only
If you look
pulling
on-
out
if
the
you look
really
on the
long
wall-
ones.
If you look on the wall, there's just a chart, and it's got like 12 things on it, and it just says Longshanks words, and he's like very clearly like glancing at it and just like reading, inserting them randomly into his speech.
Okay. Let me roll a sense motive on that. With just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you still know.
gosh.
Like, I don't think it takes like any. I mean, I'll roll. Yeah, I mean, like, This guy's not a diplomatic guy. And
Yeah.
he's feeding you like shit that you know like 100% is not true. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't even know if you have to roll sense motive. You already know
Fair.
that like that's not true.
I guess Royman is his better nature is hoping for a peaceful resolution to most
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was just curious. Right. So
libation chanter, have you found the libations yet? And the female goblin steps through the door and she says, yes, my lord, I was waking them up, but there appears to be some more guests in the trophy room. The trophy hall.
excuse
And,
me. Why does your drinks need woken up?
Well, let me explain. Just step closer so that I don't have to keep yelling across the room.
I'm pretty comfortable over here. Actually, this is a very nice corner.
Attack!
Oh my gosh.
And I think we'll keep the initiatives as they are.
Sure.
Cardi immediately, when he hears attack, says
We need
yells
to
out to his
sort
party.
the turn order, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I know.
I yell
have
out to the
add
party.
his in.
Guys, come back here. Well, this is a much more defendable room.
Well,
And beckons the party to return to the trophy room.
Oh, you mean assume goblin slaughter formation?
I assume you still have your spear
I
of
do.
goblins.
I do indeed. And I begin brandishing that when I say that.
God. Okay. I think we'll start off with Damon Savagemore.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not going to
whisper-
call that a surprise round. I don't think anyone was surprised.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
I whisper to Damon and say, swap with me.
Okay, I can't see anything.
Can you not see?
Well, I can see, but I don't see anything that like Roymond or not Roymond.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
with the
you
doors
can't, you
in the
can't see
shadow.
into the room 2 rooms away.
Yeah, we know that
Well,
they were
what were
talking to
you?
someone, and then I saw someone down this hallway.
Oh, and then they disappeared.
They
Oh.
went back through this door.
Yeah.
But they were coming out here to awaken the libations, quote, quote. So there's
Yes.
probably more people somewhere in one of these doors.
I don't know what you mean.
So this way is not correct then.
No, stay right there.
Oh.
I told everyone to come back to this room. This is where
Okay.
I want to set up a kill box right here.
Well then, I will pull out my great sword. Just have it ready. Is that like what, delaying my attack until some goblin
Ready
shows up?
Ready in action?
Ready in action, yeah.
You can ready in action, or you can delay your turn.
Already in action. So,
All right. What are you readying to do?
So when I see one of the goblins, I'll rage and attack if I can do that.
What is
raging?
whatever-
Is a swift action.
Well, it would be your move to swap positions with Cardi.
Oh, okay.
So then you would just have a standard action
Okay.
Well, you'd have a swift also,
and a swift, and
but you
yeah,
can only ready one action, so you'd have to use your swift
I mean,
before you got there.
I'd be fine with
Okay.
letting you do like the rest of your what your normal turn would be. So if you're just gonna like swift, as long as it's not overly specific, like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
you can't change it as you go and do
Right.
shit like that. But like I think raging is part of your normal thing. But he is correct. That is in the rules as written, you would not be allowed to do it. But I would say it's fine. Vanya.
Vanya immediately dashes back here and pulls out one of her bombs and gets ready to throw it at the first. Well, no, I'm ready. I'll ready a bomb attack, and I'll say, if there are 2 enemies grouped together, I'll throw it as long as it won't hit one of my teammates.
Okay. Let's see. Is this one good? Blythe.
All right, Blythe will also retreat back to here, and she will ready in action to attack if something comes in reach in this square.
Okay.
Fun fact: raging is a free action. You can do it on any turn.
Oh, great.
Really?
so
I
that's
read it.
Swift. Yeah.
Be allowed to do it anyway.
I read it as a swift action. I don't know where I read that. Okay.
I am going to retreat to here and get ready to cast Grease on these squares when Roymond is past them.
Okay.
You can end rage as a free
Wow,
action.
this is like an entire round of readied actions. I'm not complaining. I'm just
All right.
Barbarian
Tactical
can enter rage
withdrawal.
as a free action.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have my long spear out, as previously stated.
You guys did not appear to be surprised by the call to attack, but the rest of the goblins seemed to be surprised with how suddenly the call to arms went around. And they actually, I'm going to split these guys into another group. I'm going to move it down here. Okay, so you hear War Chief Rep Nugget yell, "Stickfoot here!" And he hops up onto his gecko. Oh, God. Okay. And you hear him say, "Fast mount! Oh, fuck!" And you gather that maybe it took him a little quicker to mount up onto his gecko than he had intended. But the other commandos turn and say, "Yeah!" Oh, that's not the one I meant to
To
play.
the empty
Oh, well.
doorway where we used to be standing.
And then you hear the libation chanter start playing her song.
Ah, yes.
This goblin commando will run to the door, lifting up his dog slicer and charging through it. Not charging through it. Whoops, shit. All right, what's the saves I gotta make? It's reflex, right?
It's reflex 16, I think. 15. Sorry, I didn't cast it as a better spell, so
It's 16?
15.
Oh, 15. Jesus Christ, still.
If I spend a point, then it's 16, but it's just 15.
Yeah, it's still a lot. 22. He makes it.
He makes it. He can move normally.
Yeah. Okay. He moves up to Damon and attacks with his dog slicer. Mhm.
Hold on. I have my long spear out. He provokes.
Oh, okay. Take an AOO.
Poke.
Murder poke.
Acha!
21's gonna hit for sure. 7 damage. He'll eat that. Okay, he comes charging through, and you see him like stabilize as he slides on the grease, and he steps forward. But as he's coming through, Roymond just smacks him with one of the goblin corpses on the end of his spear, and its head bonks against his. And he swings with his horse chopper, but seems to, I assume he's going to miss with a 12, and hits the doorway instead of hitting Damon.
Damon's action goes off.
Oh yeah, you rage, I guess.
You rage and attack.
Yeah,
Isn't it dead though? Didn't he kill it? He didn't kill
you
it.
just hit
Oh.
it.
Just
No,
hit it.
no.
Okay. Sweet. Oh, I'm so sick of all these goblins.
This goblin is going to do the same.
I throw my bomb when it gets in that square after the grease is
Okay.
adjudicated.
He also seems to stabilize.
Bomb.
Does it
Go.
hit?
A 14 will miss. You actually swung for where the goblin would have been if you didn't just get headbutted through sliding through grease. 18 to touch is definitely going to hit. So that's 6 damage to the main target, right?
7 damage to him, and
Okay.
then 6 damage to this guy unless he makes a DC 15 reflex save
Okay.
for half.
He makes the save.
Okay, so he takes 3.
Total.
7 to one, 3 to the other.
Okay.
I rolled as bad as you can roll on my bomb.
Okay.
Double ones on 2d6.
Yeah. He still doesn't look too good.
He's not happy about it.
He just got beaten with a dead goblin and then just like exploded.
Slightly on
a
fire.
bomb exploded. Yeah. This goblin moves up to the door and says, "Chief, what do you want us to do?" And War Chief Rip Nugget, his gecko, mounted on his gecko, he moves up and he says, "Go the other way, idiot! Go the other way!" And then both of them disappear around the other side of the door. And as you hear the shouting and the goblin song chanting, give me perceptions. Blythe and Cardi, you guys hear just a bunch of like thumping and ruckus coming from this doorway. And I'll leave you to determine what that means for yourselves. Damon.
Damon, watch out. I think there's something coming along that hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Try...
This sounded like garbage day. Anybody? Okay.
I'm gonna try to swing for that one again. Fuck.
11 is gonna miss.
Yeah.
As he just keeps like slipping and sliding through the grease. You seem to prevent him. Fuck! I forgot to actually do the rest of this goblin's turn because he got hit with the bomb. It doesn't actually stop his turn though, because he had made his reflex save to get through the thing, and he's gonna attack Roymond. 15 to hit Roymond.
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay. You see this horse chopper come swinging through the air, and you like duck just in time. But this thing cleaves like a big chunk of like the doorway out of the way. Like you get a feeling that you just dodged a big hit.
Also, I have combat reflexes, and he also provokes when he moves up.
Okay.
So stabby stab.
Do it.
Oh, that's not great.
That's gonna miss. Vanya.
So Vanya is options not great at the moment. There's nobody else coming that she can see. So I think shooting into melee and through you guys is not a good time for
Let's
me.
try to keep it a little bit tight.
Oh baby,
with
it's
the
tight
tactics. Yeah.
So that's 20 to hit. I don't think it probably will unless their AC is like 12. So because I'm
20?
firing into combat and also firing through you guys for soft cover. So that's basically
I don't remember what those all are.
It's -4 to my attack and +4 to their AC. So
yeah, no, that will miss. Yeah. Yeah, you managed to avoid hitting your teammates, but yeah, it goes careening off down the hallway. Blythe.
Okay, which door did I see that had the that what sounded like something was coming from it?
It sounded like this door here.
Okay. I think I'm just. Would I? Okay, I'm wondering about going through the down to that door, but would I eat attacks of opportunity if I did that, or I don't know how it works if I'm also running through allies squares.
I think you would still eat an AOO if you're running through. If the ally, if the square is threatened by an enemy,
Right.
you would, and you're moving through it, you would.
Yeah. No, I think I'll take that map that Tana just did, and I will go there. And can I attack this one, the nearest goblin around the corner, or is it too much?
That's too much. I think I'm not 1,000% that I'd even say you could move through that the way you did, because you kind of phase through a wall. I mean, if
I wasn't
your
sure.
full turn to move carefully and do that, I'd say it's okay. But yeah, I don't think you could also, like, I don't know. You might be able to, but not this round.
Okay, I will just move to here then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing I would point out is if you left this square, can you see my thing?
Yes.
If you left that square
Oh.
and you don't get attacked, then you shouldn't be able to attack from the
Yeah, that's true. He's got a point there. I'm gonna say you can't attack him from there. Because it's through a doorway, and I'm assuming like the doorway is like even further, like the wall extends even further than that.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, with the reach weapon maybe, but not with that.
Nope, that's fine. That will be my move then. Just moving to there.
Yeah. Okay, is the rest of the goblins' turn. The war chanter moves up through this doorway and continuing to sing her raucous song. She looks at who can she see? She can see Damon, she can see Roymond. Which of you, what armor are you guys wearing?
Studded leather for me.
I'm wearing
Probably light leather because you're like a barbarian or something.
Scale mail.
I think I have a note that Zoo has like special, leather armor +1.
Yeah.
Because we had gotten.
I think studded leather would still be heavier, so she's going to look at whichever of you is. It would appear heavier than regular leather. I don't think she could discern the magical properties. And she is going to cast a spell. Give me a. What is that? A will save?
Not ideal.
Ooh.
Not you.
Okay.
It would be Roymond or Damon, I think, because those are the two she can see.
That's fair.
Well, I'm wearing scale mail, so I'm.
Oh, she'd pick you anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna use. Let's see. Let me verify that I can do this. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my charges of adaptive luck and take +2 on my will save.
Okay.
So 16.
Okay. You feel a surge of laughter roil up through you, as if it's gonna just like take control of you, but you're able to kind of shrug it off. And she goes, "Drats, long shanks."
Mine's a little bit shorter.
Yeah. Blythe, as you take your guard position in this hallway, you see this door open, and a goblin steps out, and it's holding a dog slicer and like not wearing any pants, and kind of rubbing the sleep from its eyes as it turns to look at you, and then goes, "Here!" And is gonna. I think they're still fully rousing themselves from the nap that they were just enjoying. So I'm gonna say nothing happens. They don't actually attack this turn, but you can probably guess where this is going. Roymond. Quinn.
Let's see. I can't hit anything directly in front of me because I have my spear. So I am going to take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, and from this position, I'm actually going to aid another, kind of waving my spear over Damon's shoulders and poking at both of the goblins to help Damon have more armor.
Okay.
So I'm going to just roll AC 10. Look at that. Great success. Okay.
Very nice. Cardi.
I think that what is the range of this spell? I need to figure that out real quick. I probably should just Google this. Ray of Frost. I'm trying to see if I can hit the one in the back. 25 plus 5 for 2 levels, so 30. Okay. I'm gonna step behind Vanya, and I'm gonna shoot at this one with my Ray of Frost. And it has soft cover, so that's plus 4 AC. So that's a 9 to touch. Oof, not a good roll.
Which one did you choose? Oh no, that's gonna miss anyway. That was at the War Chanter?
The War Chanter, but it was to touch, so.
Oh, okay. It might hit if it's the War Chanter. Oh no, that's even harder to hit. You see she like looks at you and she just ducks as the Ray of Frost goes like freezes like the top of her hat that's got like a little another little like dog skull on top of it. And it looks like a snowman of a dog head right now. Yeah.
Goblins always introduce a little farce into everything.
It's true. These two goblins that are standing by Damon are both going to attack him. As an 8 and a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Actually, that's a 9 and a 13, but I assume that they're both going to miss anyway.
Oh, you suck as bad as I do.
I'm
not
self-burn?
Sure. What? Just kill the goblins.
This
we'll
door
talk
opens.
about that later.
Yeah, this
what
door
does sucking
opens,
have to do with anything about what they're doing?
And a commando rushes through it and attacks Blythe with his horse chopper. That is a 14 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. And very quickly after, you see War Chief Rip Nugget kind of navigate his mount through the doorway and see like the traffic pile of shit, and he just goes, Drats! Go around the other way! You see him kind of ride back off. Let me just make sure I'm getting his movement down correctly.
We did good, guys. We did good.
Okay. Damon.
Oh, cool. I think they're retreating.
No, they're coming through the other doors.
Yeah. Yay!
She's just role-playing him correctly. Which one? Sorry, you say this one right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Damage?
Oh, shoot. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. Didn't know I could use my greatsword.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should probably do that anyway, because you probably have a masterwork. Isn't that... Oh, no, you have a masterwork. No, you have a +1 longsword.
Oh, it's in the wrong weapon. It's fine.
Does 10 damage?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You split that goblin right down the middle. Or actually, how do you want to do this? You had 8 points of overkill damage.
Oh, okay.
So let that guide your flavoring.
I probably cutting off the head and then slicing the arms.
Okay. You just like slice and dice this goblin like real fucking bad. Okay. Vanya.
Finally.
So, not seeing a good bomb target, I'm going to take a crossbow shot at This one, I'm not sure if they get soft cover because these guys are shorter than me.
Roymond
leave
is.
that
I don't
up to
think.
you.
Yeah, I don't think Roymond will provide soft cover. But
Because the
she's
goblins
also
are small too.
they are small. So is she though.
Yeah, but I'm shooting from above down at her. Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Kind of small, so they'll be.
Wow, everybody
Oh.
went robotic.
Yes.
Yep. 1 second, changing server. Give me 2 seconds.
No,
Two
because Walker
shapes
said
of
it
a
was
dead
also
goblin.
robotic-y.
Well, gonna hiccup in the server.
Yeah.
Okay, this should be better now.
Yeah. I don't know what I think the official RAW would be that they do get soft cover.
Well, it's
Well, your
Hang
bombs
on
are
just a
touched, so.
I'm not doing bomb. I'm doing so that's 18 with a crossbow.
Okay. Bow.
If it gets soft cover, that's +4 to AC.
That would, yeah. So I think that between Roymond right in front of you and the goblin in front of him, you know what? I'm gonna say it's not soft cover. I think you hit.
I do 2 points of damage.
You do 2
Yay!
damage
Yay!
as you
a
you
minor
shoot her-
laceration.
Yeah, you shoot her in the foot with a crossbow bolt, and you see her go, "Ow! That was my favorite foot."
Pinning shot. It's now stuck to the ground. Yeah.
We're just gonna nickel and dime this.
Yeah.
this thing.
Okay.
Fortunately, they're goblins, so they only have nickels
Blythe.
and dimes.
That's
All right,
fair.
Blythe is going to full attack.
Okay.
And those will all go to this goblin that decided to walk up to me.
Yeesh. Yeah, it is a goblin commando.
I don't know if any of that'll hit, though.
Yeah, they won't. You look really scary, and you see the goblin behind, the pantsless goblin that's like rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Go, ah! It's a 2-sword. But you don't actually manage to hit the goblin in front of you. All right, so it's the War Chanter's turn. I think that. Wow, you guys are really fucking whole thing, pretty much. You know what? The commando that just dodged Blythe's, all Blythe's shit, he's just gonna grab the goblin behind him and, like, yank him by the ear, and he'll go, "Charge!" And a bunch of goblins are just gonna come flooding into the room. Let's see, this guy, I think, will go here, so he will probably eat an AOO.
Yes.
Live, Damon, and Roymond.
Yep. That sounds right.
Whew.
Oh,
I'm going to finish him.
Deleted.
Yeah,
By
you
Blythe.
you definitely
Some
do.
Darth Maul shit on him.
She's overcompensating a little because she missed, and now it's like, nope.
Yeah, I think actually as you're missing the original commando, that guy charges in and just, like, basically accidentally eats one of the fucking sword swings and dies. Keep track of the AOs that you guys are using,
Right.
because a train of these guys comes flooding through. Let's handle this guy next as he comes. Actually, he can't move through Blythe Square, can he?
He has to roll acrobatics
yeah.
to do so. Otherwise, he gets stuck. It prevents basically exactly what you're trying to do from happening.
Yeah, I just realized, like, I thought, like, well, they're just gonna run through them. What's the acrobatics have to beat?
CMD.
You have to CMD.
Okay.
If you succeed, then they can move through and just provoke attacks of opportunity. If you fail, you get stuck.
All right. What's the CMD for Blythe?
17.
Okay. Two of them managed to get past. So I'm gonna say that that guy and then they have to beat. Does they have to roll more CMD for the rest of you?
Technically, they'd have to roll for Damon too, but since they can't get stuck in like Blythe Square, it would be sort of like one or nothing. Like if whoever has the higher CMD, I guess, would count as the
Jesus.
CMD check.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
an individual roll for each person that you pass through.
Yeah, but like
Would
you
they
can't
get
pass.
stuck, pushed
you can't
back all the way
get
back to the
stuck-
beginning then?
If you get stuck into a person's square, you would go to a nearby. You would go. Well, no, you would have to go to a previous safe square. So yeah, you'd get pushed all the way back.
This is just like a really weird. You just happen to have them in a 5-foot hallway that's already like packed with goblins, so they could get, theoretically push back 20 feet if they fail their CMD. Okay, so 2 of them made a pass. So I'll roll again for those 2 against Damon. What's your CMD, Damon?
19.
Okay.
Is that with your Dex debuff?
No, so I mean, I don't know what that would be.
Yours is probably 17 also. Because
They
of
both-
the goblin dog.
They both fail anyway. So there's just like the oh yeah, didn't you get poisoned or something?
Yeah, I mean, I have it in the roll 20, but I don't have it on my actual like character
Oh, if you
sheet.
hit your defenses, you should be able to look at your CMD with the debuff applied.
Oh,
Yeah, you can apply it, or you can just remember to add it in. But it's been like 3 months since that happened, so
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to remember that you.
well,
had a
like raging, it's 20.
Oh yeah, because your CMD goes up for rating.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Okay. So you guys
they-
have just created a concrete hallway.
They called out for
Cool.
goblin slaughter positions.
Formation.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's
It's
fair.
almost like I called everyone into this room for this very reason.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a
Yep,
smart
that's-
dwarf. I'm not good at fighting.
That's the way it goes. Okay. Roymond. Oh no, I'm sorry. The War Chanter didn't do anything.
fine.
He doesn't need to go.
I think she's gonna look at Roymond again, and she's gonna start casting.
I would like to identify this spell.
Roll me a spellcraft.
Sure.
Damn. Hello? Oh, I can't hear anyone.
We lost it.
There we go.
There it
Uh-oh.
is. Identify a spell cast is 15 plus spell level. So
Okay, so it would be 16. She tried to cast Hideous Laughter, or is casting Hideous Laughter again on Roymond.
Oh no, she's casting hideous laughter. Bury your mind for
Yeah,
him.
you look at her and you see her just going Hideous Laughter, Hideous Laughter, Hideous Laughter.
Vanya quickly tries to make
roll
a
a
10
will
save
save,
for
Roymond.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it will save.
Yeah, I'll do adaptive luck again. Fuck it.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yes, you beat it again. She goes, Drats! And she is going to step right there on the corner, but you still hear her performance. Cardi.
Cardi is gonna walk through Vanya and up next to Roymond to see what's going on in this hallway with Blythe and Damon, and sees all the goblins and calls out to Blythe, should I tie down another grease trap? It's probably my last one if I do. And as he-
It wouldn't hurt.
Okay. I cast grease on the squares, the back two. These two.
Okay. Oh my
How
god, this is
many are
a
there?
cacophony of fucking goblins that are now slipping and sliding.
But how many are there, Cardi? Vanya's.
3.
Okay.
That you can see. I guess actually,
yeah.
let me move this door,
yeah,
or
you
let me
should-
remove that door from the dynamic lighting because it's open now.
I see 3 or 4. It's hard to see around the corner.
You hear a bunch of them.
But I hear a lot more.
Yeah, the alarm
as
is,
I
is
throw down
fully raised.
A bit
Yeah.
of grease at the end of the hallway, and the last
Vanya's
two
starts
need to
making
make
her
a.
bombs.
They need to make a reflex
Damon,
save
kill
or
this
fall
one!
down. DC 15.
Okay. Bow. Can do reflex. One of them slips and falls. One of them stands fine. So I'm going to say that this guy falls prone. All right.
That's my turn.
You see War Chief Rip Nugget move up. I guess he can't really do what he would normally do. Actually, what's the movement of a gecko?
Probably really cute.
Okay, well,
It's adorable.
yeah.
That's fair.
I like to imagine being
War Chief Rip Nugget enters the hallway
Adorable.
Yeah.
into Damon's line of sight, and Damon goes,
We,
"Oh, that's cute."
we all collectively go, aww!
Yeah, it's a big ass gecko. It's got to roll a reflex save to not fall. 21, so it's gonna be fine. It has not charged, but it has moved in, and both he and the gecko are going to attack Damon. Bow. Oh my god. All right. He does not confirm. No. Does he? I still don't understand how Combat Manager displays their crit results. He crit threaded, and it says crit 22, and then in parentheses 12. Is that the damage?
I honestly don't know either.
Did he try to confirm with a 22? I guess. What else could that mean?
I think the damage is all the way on the end.
Well, it says damage 15.
Yeah, but there's crit damage in parentheses, isn't there? Down on the end? On the far right?
I can't tell. I mean, it says there's too many numbers here
Yeah.
to be what the numbers that are needed. Crit, so it's the regular attack is a 29 to hit. That's a crit threat with 6 damage. Then it says crit 22, parentheses 12. And then damage 15. So what the fuck does that mean?
Can you screenshot it?
Not easily.
Shift Windows S and just take a clipping.
You can do that?
Oh,
Yep.
fuck yeah, bud.
What the fuck?
It is the best thing in the world.
What the hell?
And then you can paste it directly into Discord, which is the best
Yep.
part ever.
Oh my god, that's so handy.
the whole.
How have you been living without this knowledge?
Just don't do that.
You do now.
So this is the yeah, you can see why I'm like, wait, is 12 the roll?
It's like 29's the roll. Whoa.
12's the dice. Okay, actually I see now. 12's the
Oh.
dice roll, 22 is the full
Correct.
the result. So
Yes.
okay, yeah, 22 crit threat against Damon.
Yeah.
As this guy's like frothing mad, and he hits you for 15 points.
Woof.
As he digs his horse chopper into you.
And that's... He hits you even with +4 AC?
Yeah, because he had a 23 to hit me.
Well,
His
it's a
confirm
22 to
damage.
confirm.
What's your AC with +4?
17. No, it.
With
With
Yeah, it's
+4?
17. Yeah, because
Oh,
I'm
wow,
raging.
okay.
oh, you were really easy to hit.
Yeah.
Fuck, how much damage are you even?
Should be alright.
Oh, you have 24 hit points.
Well, I haven't minus 15 yet.
Okay, but still, you're
9.
unconscious.
I'm at 9.
Okay, it's your turn.
Uh.
I didn't do the rest of the commandos.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine.
My bad.
Well,
Um,
wait, when do which ones go?
Yeah,
I'm
what's the
confused.
turn order? I'm confused.
Okay,
Like, there's
so
two sets of
on-
goblins, so like
on
which
the-
ones are going on
right.
which?
On the boss's turn, all the original ones except for the War Chanter go.
Okay.
So the ones that were in the room. So the you didn't see the commandos, which are these orange rimmed guys. They go when Rip Nugget goes. The
Gotcha.
War Chanter and the non commandos go
Oh, okay.
on her
Okay.
turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right,
Makes
commandos.
more sense.
I can see why that's confusing, but I thought
Well, it was just like I don't know which goblins are going on which turns, and it feels like
Right.
some goblins are going on both turns, and I was like, what?
yeah,
I'm so
they
confused.
are not. I can understand why it would feel that way though. The one attacking Blythe rolls a 22.
That will hit.
Okay, so he brings his horse chopper up, having learned. I think your sword got stuck in the goblin that tried to charge past you long enough that you can't bring it up in time, and you feel his horse chopper dig into your side as he gets a pretty decent cut on you. The goblin, this goblin, bolstered by his war chief, says charge and jumps forward and attacks Roymond.
Okay. He
fif-
provokes when he moves out of that square.
Yep.
So stabby stab.
Okay.
Maybe.
That will not hit. You're too busy trying to defend Damon, who's just like savagely cut by this war chief that he misses. But you don't get hit. 15. I assume that doesn't hit.
No.
How much damage did Blythe take?
Oh, I'm sorry. 5.
Okay.
Damon, your turn.
Ugh, your gecko is cool, but you're not.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I'm assuming you're attacking the guy or the gecko.
The guy. Not
Okay.
the gecko.
All right. 6. You smash. Jesus Christ, 17 damage. Okay, yeah, you bring your greatsword, hack through half of the thick armor coating this goblin, and he says, "Retreat!" As you deal 17 points of damage.
Could have had a parlay.
He's running away.
Vanya.
Well, hearing him say that he wants to retreat, I think I'm gonna move up here, and I'll go ahead and take the attack of opportunity, if he gets one, because I'm not sure if I can move through Cardi's square,
You can.
and
Well, not without.
Well, you'd still take an AOO.
yeah.
You can roll acrobatics
Yeah.
though.
You could acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I should probably do, because I think it's not great, but yeah, didn't think so.
Depends what his CMD is.
Probably more than 10.
I mean, it's basically their AC plus some, so.
Well, pending CMD is that will you'll still take the hit.
Okay, that's fine.
If you get
6.
attacked, it might not hit you.
Yeah, he rolled a 2, so
Yay!
lucky you.
So I am trying to I'm trying to be useful, but there's so many fucking people in my way I can't really do much.
Yeah.
Because I'm all ranged.
It's almost like your guys' fucking goblin murder strategy isn't totally efficient for all of you, only
Yeah.
extremely efficient for most of you.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So I am going to attempt to throw a bomb at this asshole. Right meow.
The one who's prone?
Yeah. Well, I'm already throwing past my range increment. Maybe I should throw it at this guy. Is he still standing? Yeah, he's still standing. He doesn't have a little marker on him.
He's standing, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna
I just like the idea
yoink a
that
bomb at him.
you guys have all decided to fuck that one sleepy goblin in particular. Trip him! Kill him! To hit will definitely hit.
Yeah. So it's 14 to hit. Well, 15 to hit. But soft cover versus touch.
Jesus. All right. So, what's your roll? I guess to touch.
15 is
my
attack.
To touch, it will still hit.
Okay.
And 10 damage to that guy.
Yes. Yeah. 11 damage to him. Because of point blank shot. He's within 30, I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about calculating all of it. As you see his entire body just get engulfed in flames, and he just writhes around in very short agony, and then like a cartoon, he turns into ash.
He just crumbles.
Yeah, he just crumbles.
Those two need to make reflex saves or take 6 damage as well.
Okay. 18 and 16.
Those will both hit so they'll both just take 3 damage.
Is that this guy and this guy?
Both of them. Yep. Any goblins that are around him.
Okay. I don't think it goes through the wall though.
No. Probably not. I can't really make out the architecture down there.
Yeah.
I would say probably not. I imagine just like a blast of like fire, like hallway shaped.
Yeah.
I think you see them. You can't.
It's
you can't melee through it.
Then
range can't go through
yeah.
it.
It blows a big ass door shaped.
I don't think it's like the fucking blowback or what's the movie where it's like backdraft or whatever. Yeah. I don't think it's quite like that. Blythe.
Okay, I imagine Blythe is ducking out of the way as this firebomb goes over her, and then she'll try and attack the commando again.
Okay.
Whew. Don't know if the second will work, but
the first one definitely does. The second one will miss.
Darn.
As you deal still a considerable chunk of his health. And it is the other goblin's turn. So you guys hear... Give me perception checks. I think anybody right in this room... Blythe, you're probably too far and too occupied. Vanya, for sure. And probably Cardi also. You guys hear on the other side of this door, you hear a surge of goblins. Just like a bunch of them going, Longshanks, raise the alarm! Longshanks, get them! And it sounds like they are fast approaching near that, like over the like wooden bridge.
Think our position is going to get a bit untenable.
Where do we go?
We could lead them back to the horse. I bet that it's not very happy with them.
Okay.
I think the only thing for this guy's gonna try and stand. What's that? Is that a reflex save? Right?
Acrobatics.
Why does it have to be all the different fucking
Dex check.
Yeah. 21?
He succeeds.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's easier to like stand up and move once.
Yeah. Okay. He stands up. The other goblins will try to run through like 5 of their companions to get to Blythe and then get past her, I guess. And Damon. So that's going to be, I think that's 2. That's reflex saves, right? Or no, it's acrobatics also.
Diamond. 2?
Reflex to get into the grease that's at the end of the hallway, and then.
Oh my god.
3 acrobatics to get past the 3 of us.
We've laid down the onslaught, my man.
All right. 8 and a 4, so they both fucking can't even. Do they fall prone in the grease?
Fall prone in the grease.
Okay. Oh shit.
You can have them like slip out of the grease if it makes it. Yeah, but
All right, sorry. Roll 20's like being weird. All right, this guy. Well, I guess they can't both do it because the first guy fails. So that guy just like stands there trying to climb over him poorly. Roymond.
What action is this? Yeah, Roymond just kind of closes his eyes and just like a sense of calm comes over his face, and then you see his body start to just emit a bunch of light, and he becomes a light elemental.
fancy.
Whoa.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like you do.
What action is that to become a light elemental?
It is a standard action.
Okay. Does it provoke AOs? Like, is it a spell?
It is a supernatural ability, so I would assume no.
I don't think it does then.
And then I'm going to use my move action to heal Damon, which I don't believe would provoke. Let's see. Or no, it's move action to heal myself, or I pass through an ally's square. Or if they pass through my square. Okay.
What's it look like when you turn into a light elemental?
Well, I gave you a token like 4 months ago.
I definitely still have that.
I think it was in Discord. I remember it.
Yeah. Let me find it. Fuck it, I'll just link it again.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I do remember this. You look like a candle type thing. All right, Cardi and Vanya, how do you all feel about what you've just witnessed?
I think we do like the look at each other at the same time.
So let's see. We don't.
Wow, I didn't know it did that.
What is it to identify a light elemental? Is it Arcana or Planes?
Probably Planes.
Technically it's a fire elemental, but it's like white in color.
Okay, so it would be Planes. So elementals
Yeah.
are usually Planes. So okay, I know what you are.
Yeah.
I look at Roymond and say, actually, I guess a question: do you speak Common when you're a light elemental, or do you only speak?
I don't think so.
I guess because you're.
I don't think so.
I don't think you do.
Okay, well, I look at Roymond and say, "What the fuck, mate? I didn't know you could do that."
he flickers at you moodily.
You see Roymond like look down at his hand and like it takes him a second, but then he makes a thumbs up.
Out of light.
Okay. All right. So, what else are you doing on your turn, or how does this work? What you're doing?
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna I can pass through an allied square to heal them, but I believe that would provoke.
Yeah. Still gonna be attacked.
So what I'm gonna do is just 5 foot to here. And then hopefully Damon can move through my square on his turn.
Cardi calls out to Damon and Blythe and says, "He's a light elemental. If you run through him, he'll heal you." Because I would know that.
What? Oh my gosh! He kind of glances over and then keeps fending off goblins.
It only works for one person per round, just to be clear.
They don't. know that.
True.
Yeah, I don't think
Cardi
I would know.
I guess.
I don't know if I would know that it only works for one person per round. I probably only know like a little bit about it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be weird for me. I feel weird asking you to ask me questions about a knowledge check on another member of your party, but whatever.
I can't speak and explain it to them though, so it makes sense.
Yeah. What language do you say that in, Cardi?
I mean, I say it in common.
Oh. The goblin right next to you looks at you and goes, "Great!" All right. Is that the end of your turn, Royman?
Yeah.
Okay. Cardi.
Cardi says, yells out and says, "Perhaps we should retreat to the horse room." And he's gonna, fuck. What is the action when you is it withdrawal?
Withdraw to move without getting hit.
Yeah.
How much can you move with that?
I think
you're
Double your
double
speed.
your
Your
speed,
full
yeah.
well,
But
because
you
you're
will-
using your whole turn, so it's
Oh, yeah, it's a full round.
But if
Gotcha.
you move through Vanya's square, you'll still eat an AOL.
not if you do a full withdraw.
You
Full
do
withdrawal.
only
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or-
It's only the first square. That's right.
right.
Well, no, I was gonna go this way. Bam, 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 bam. You see Cardi run towards the front door a little bit, and then through that hallway that we discovered.
How
Back
much is
in-
your movement?
Well, a full turn, if I'm moving double, is 80,
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
because it's 20, 20, doubled.
Yeah.
Normally it's only 20.
It's true. As you approach this shed, you hear the horse just raging in there, just as you had previously.
I'm gonna speak through the door. It's "Calm now, horsey. We're gonna free you soon, but there's gonna be goblins. You gotta kill them." And I'm
Okay.
just gonna diplomacy check the horse through the door.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Nailed
yay.
it.
Boy,
If you didn't roll a nat 20, I was not going to allow you to do that this turn. I also don't think you could do it to a horse, period. But I'm going to just take your nat 20.
I mean, I'm not gonna don't give it to me he can attack whoever I choose to, but I'm trying to
You
calm
don't
the horse
mind
to me.
You can't mind control the
No,
horse.
yeah.
You tame it like in Warcraft.
You get the sense that this horse just happened to have had an owner that was also an agendered Scottish dwarf before you.
Irish.
And it
Irish.
somehow you just know this horse thinks you're its owner or something. You just, by sheer fucking luck, you happen to be exactly the demographic that raised this horse from birth. And it almost immediately seems to calm down a bit. And you get the sense that somehow through your diplomacy, you have accomplished what normally a successful handle animal check would have been required to do. It is the war chief's turn. And he is going to back up to here. Sorry.
Who's moving where?
Damon.
It's you can't see him. It's the
Okay,
war
then I won't worry about him.
that was that just got smacked.
Damon can see him though, right?
Oh yeah, he'd get an
Smacky
AOL.
smack.
Okay.
The what?
The
No,
goblin.
the guy who's running away from you. You get to whack him because he's trying to get away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was a long time ago when he already declared that he was running away.
He said it, but he
He
didn't
said
know
it,
he's
but he
doing
didn't do it.
action.
Oh. Okay.
Smack him.
Arr.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jesus. Okay. And I'm assuming you're smacking the dude again. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure. Can you attack? We almost never deal with mounted combat. Can you attack the person on a horse?
Yeah.
Easily, or is that
Good question.
does the mount interpose? I know that as a rider, if you make a ride check, you can negate an attack on your mount. But I'm not sure. Yes, if somebody wouldn't mind looking up for me. For now, we'll just take that as a straight attack.
I am looking up as you speak.
Thank you, sir.
I want your gecko.
You can't have him!
I really think your priorities need to be on murder and less on collecting
Um,
animals right now.
You need to make a DC 20 ride check to move, otherwise it takes a full round action to move. Other than that, you just do a ride check of DC 5 to be able to attack.
Oh, he moves easily.
You get +1 on the attack.
Okay.
Attack.
I was mostly thinking like, does
Defensive
being
stuff.
on a mount,
Yeah.
does being
There's
on a mount give
nothing
you a bonus or anything?
definitively listed.
But I think the problem with all the mounted shit is the rules are all split up over a bunch of different sections, so it can be hard to adjudicate. But that's okay. And yeah, he moves back and digs into his pocket and drinks something. It is this. I think this goblin is going to step here, maybe a little bit away from Damon, who we just saw carve off a fresh chunk of his boss. And he's going to attack Vanya.
I believe my AC presently is 19.
He rolls a 21.
That'll do it.
To swat you for 4 damage with his horse chopper.
Yeah.
Actually, Whitney brings up a good point.
Mhm.
My weapons and shit aren't gone. I don't think.
You don't think?
I don't know how your transformation works.
You know what? Let's just pass on it for now, because
Okay.
I don't know well enough.
Okay. Okay, that's all for... Oh, no, I'm sorry. 1 attack Blythe, that's an 8. I'm sure that's going to miss. The commando in front of you, Blythe, takes a swing. It's a 9, technically, but...
So it misses. Yep.
Yeah, it'd miss anyway. Damon.
Alright. So my friend said to me. So I'm going to back up into his square, Raymond, and something should happen.
Yes. I will roll.
Time to get my tan on.
I really feel like such minus.
I like how he just, immediately accepts that, this is legit.
He likes warm hugs. Okay, I just was checking my traits and feats to make sure that nothing else applies to this roll.
Okay.
It is just 1d6 plus 3, so you heal for 6 when you walk through me.
Sweet. I don't know how much further I'm supposed to go when I come.
Well, you can't end your turn in him, so you'd have to walk through. You'd have to end your movement on the other side of him.
Okay.
Maybe hold the doors.
Or at least, I guess you don't have to end your movement there. You just have to have that as part of your movement to go through him.
Yep.
So you could bob, and I guess you could step in him and then step back out.
True.
The same side.
So I could hit. So I heal twice.
No.
No.
Oh,
What
okay.
I'm saying is you don't have to, I guess you could step into his square for 5 feet of movement and then step back into your own square for 10 feet total instead of actually walking fully through him. I don't know exactly how this works, but this seems like fucking...
Yeah.
None of this makes any fucking sense. Your friend just turned into a living candle that shared life energy with you by walking through him. So, I mean, kind of playing Calvin ball here.
I looked it up also. There does not appear to be any language that would suggest that my gear goes away. So I would suspect that it's literally Roymond's body is this glowing life
Yeah,
essence.
you look like a light elemental.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're still wearing your armor and
I'm
shit.
still wearing my armor, and I still have a spear and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, how does... The only issue with that is how do they step through you?
Oh, that is a good question.
If you've still got
it's just
all
walking
your
through my
gear.
square.
Okay.
Because it says if
They
you,
just hug you.
Yeah, if you pass through a living ally's creature square, or the ally passes through your square. So
Okay.
they're just coming close enough to me that my essence just like heals them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you just have life energy radiating off of you.
Yeah.
So it's stepping close to you is kind of like stepping next to a radiator. Like you feel the heat. You don't have to actually walk through the radiator.
Live, what door are you talking about?
I don't know whichever ones they're coming through.
We
Oh.
heard them coming from outside, and I said
Outside.
to
Outside.
Bar the door.
Okay, so when I step through, can I put away my greatsword and then go to the door as my full action?
You can. Is it a move action to put away your sword?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
but you can use one move action to put away your sword, one move action to move.
Move. Okay,
Yeah.
then that is what I'm going to do. And
You could also drop your sword as a free action if you want to do this very hastily.
Nah. The greatsword I think has some history with me. It's only the longsword that I would probably drop first.
Okay. A character having a relationship with their greatsword. Whoever heard of such a thing?
Weird.
Preposterous.
Preposterous. Vanya.
So I'm going to make a ranged attack, so this guy should get an attack of opportunity on me. So,
Okay.
But I'm throwing another bomb at this character right here. This goblin.
Okay.
Right here.
He's a character.
He is a character. God, I can't roll for shit.
Let's take the AOO first. That's a 22 to hit for
That'll do
5 damage. And then your attack, that is a 15 to touch.
16 to touch.
16 to touch. That will hit.
Okay, he takes 13 fire damage.
Word, that is much more than his health.
And then this guy will take... well, these two will need to take their reflex saves. DC 15.
6 on 1. Commando. $16.
So, yeah, the guy that saves will take 3, the guy that does not will take 6. And I'm going to 5 foot back into this room.
Okay.
Start moving in Cardi's direction.
You see the goblin that had tripped and fallen in another attempt to get through the hallway succeed, and he says, "I've done it!" And then, a flicker of flame lands on the butter that's like covering his body, and it just fucking sets him off like a torch. He just spins around on fire. And the goblin behind him just starts like laughing. Candle! If I walk through, I'll probably get healed! Blythe.
Alright, Blythe will try and finish off this commander who's, I'm sure, also on fire, if I recall.
Yeah, right now he's like partially on fire, and he looks super not great.
He's having a bad go of it.
He's having a real rough time.
Here, let me just take care of this for you, okay? Just hold still.
That will do it, I think. Yeah, actually, with the 17, he gets his horse chopper up in the way, but your blade just cleaves straight through it, and being of fine superior Longshank's make. And how do you want to do this? He had 2 hit points left.
Oh gosh. And I actually didn't mean to double attack, but it works. I guess she will just do the 1-2 real quick, like through him, stabbing, and then leave him be.
Yeah. I think that the way that I'm going to rule it is that Ordinarily, if you do a full attack and you kill the target you were striking with the first one, the second one you can redirect to a different target. But I think if you declare a full round attack and there's no other targets, you still do the full round attack. You don't get to retroactively make it a single. Yeah, that's it then. that's your turn, Raymond.
Okay. For my standard action, I'm going to lifelink with Damon.
Okay.
So put a yellow dot on your body so I can remember. And then as my move action, I will go walk through him.
Okay.
Nice.
Much better.
Yeah, pretty good. Cardi.
Remind me again what is keeping this horse in here? Describe the door, because I remember there was something that was weird with the door, but I don't have notes on it.
Is an L-shaped wooden... Oh, no. It's a storage shed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The door to this outbuilding has been nailed shut. And additional boards have been nailed over these nails. Okay. The door itself is cracked and splintered in places. 2 dead goblins, their heads crushed in by something heavy, lie in the dirt by the door. Their ripening bodies covered with flies.
Okay. Do I have any... I don't think any of my cantrips will really help here.
The door can be opened with a strength check, a disabled device check, or several minutes of work.
Several minutes of work. Okay, so that's
a
bit more time than I have. Let's
Probably
see.
more than you've got. It's only 12 rounds of combat. Get that door right open.
Well, my strength isn't that great. Disabled device, is that trained only? Let me just double check real quick. Disabled device, Pathfinder. Sorry, I should have asked last time.
It's okay.
Trained only. Okay, I'm just gonna roll strength and hope for the best.
I think we're all a little rusty.
You roll a nat 20. You'd be like, this horse is thinks you're its birth mother.
I would be shocked if I roll a nat 20. My strength is... I mean, it's possible. Nope.
You did not. Yeah. The horse moves up to the edge of the door and snuffles gratefully as you pitifully attempt to pull the door.
I'm pulling on it,
planks off.
And I whisper through the cracks, like, I'm trying my hardest. Please give me some time.
It whinnies at you and does this thing. I don't know what you call that, but it does it at you.
I think isn't that a whinny?
No.
A whinny is... It dinnies at you. Is the war chief's turn. He... I guess who can he see?
Ooh, we go at it again.
Oh yeah. Yep. You see Damon as you feel this healing energy roll through you as you get light touched. You look up and you see War Chief Ripnugget readying his horse chopper, and he goes, "Wee-ah!" and he charges. Let's see. Let me roll his shit. Actually, he's got to do a ride check.
Damn, I wish I would have noticed that. My spear is a brace weapon. that like no one ever gets to use brace.
I know.
You have to like plan for a charge.
Yeah.
It's so hard to plan for.
Yeah. Well, there's also will he even get there is like a whole other question. Because there's all kinds of, you guys have laid the terrain pretty well.
Yeah, he's got grease.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Maybe an
the grease was
AOL.
still there.
Yeah, the grease is still there. 13 on his, what is the DC on the reflex for grease?
15.
Oh, that was his. I should have rolled the mounts.
Yeah, roll them out.
I should keep the roll, though. It was a shitty roll. I know, I guess he rolled a 10. And the gecko also rolled a 10. All right, great. So that's a 15, so he passes. Yeah, he completes the charge.
Do I get an AOL?
That's a good question, actually. It would be from here to here.
So
Oh man, it's like right on the fucking edge.
not really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right on the edge. I don't think you would get an AOO on that
Darn.
one. All right. Charge. Jesus Christ, I have to roll like 12 things just before I can get him to actually be able to like take his attack.
Working as intended.
Yeah. All right. All right, let me make sure I get this right. Okay. Okay. And you get it as a charge. That's a special thing as well. So he gets a bonus to his attack. +2 bonus, and takes a -2 to his AC.
That applies to both creatures for mounted combat.
Yep. So they're both going to attack you with a +3 to their attacks. As the gecko seems to have finally turned on you after you've struck its owner twice.
I do get to
Right.
attack him. Though. I do get an AOO because I still have my staff.
Okay.
Or not staff, spear.
That is a 7 from the gecko and a 21, or no, an 8 from the gecko and a 22 from Rip Nugget.
Okay, Gecko doesn't hit, but the other dude.
Okay, that's 16 damage from the charge,
Okay.
from the spirited charge, and the gecko does nothing. And I guess that's it. And then you get the AOO. Is that against him or the gecko?
I guess it'd be against the gecko. But yeah, because the gecko's what moved through my. Do I get to choose?
I don't know. I don't think we've literally once in our entire time playing Pathfinder made an AOO against a mounted target.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know how AOs work.
I guess I get to
against
pick.
charging creatures.
I guess you get
but
to pick.
They count as being in the same square. So
Wait, if I get more than one AOO per round, does that mean I can attack both of them?
I don't think
no,
so, since
'cause there was only one provoking
Yeah.
action.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
yeah, I
considering
think
them as like more or less one unit.
I think I would attack the mount. I think that
if
makes
you
sense.
can, if you can tell me a way that you attack them both with the spear at the same time,
I have
I still wouldn't
very
allow it.
quick
It doesn't make
reflexes.
any sense at all.
Hold the spear up vertically and just throw it at them.
Okay, I'm gonna let you choose. Which one are you going for?
The gecko.
Okay, good choice. The gecko has an AC of 12 right now, so you
Hell yeah.
will hit him. For 7 points, he's going to roll a ride check to avoid that. Uh, 25. So he actually negates that attack by steering the gecko out of the way. Damon, your turn.
Okay, so it's an action to draw a weapon, and then I have another action. Oh, wait, withdrawing provoke.
Wait. before you go any further, when you
Yep.
and your mount move, you both are subject to attacks of opportunity from your foes. Your mount might be the only one doing the moving, but you are moving as well. For example, when you and your mount leave a threatened space, you both provoke attacks of opportunity.
Fuck yes.
from that threatened space. A foe who can make multiple attacks of opportunity in a round, for example, a foe with high dexterity score and combat reflexes,
Fuck yes.
can make an attack of opportunity against you and one against your mount.
Well-
Damn it.
Oh no.
So weird.
Thank Ryan Walker. Make another AOO against him.
I did. I failed.
Oh, you did. Yeah, that's a big whiff.
now
I
we know.
also forgot to do the one remaining commando who was on Vanya's tail. I think as his war chief goes riding past, he's gonna forget this weird lanky Phantom of the Opera bitch, and he's gonna turn and attack Roymond. So he's just gonna actually. He can charge also. 10 feet. It has to be at least... If it's 10 feet, he can charge, right?
Yep.
Just can't be 5 foot. Yeah.
As long as he's not in... yeah, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't in any
Yeah,
kind of
he's-
threat.
Yep. I've already
All
made
right,
my 2
so-
attacks, so I don't get to attack him.
Yeah. All right. That would be... Oh my... Okay. So that is an 18 to hit. No. Fuck, I rolled the wrong goddamn... My god, dude, you should see my die roller, and it's just fucking so many rolls. I rolled the Goblin Warrior, not the Commando. Well, you're lucky. This guy rolled shit.
Yeah.
That's a 10 to hit.
Nope.
Yep. He charges and swings, but he doesn't seem to understand the difference between like where the light ends and where you begin.
That's fair.
So he cleaved through your healing energy, and his sword looks all shiny, brand spanking new. Damon.
Okay. So if I draw a new weapon, is that gonna provoke?
No.
Okay. And drawing is an action, and then I
Part
can
of
do
a move
another
action.
action.
Yep.
Part of a move. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna grab my longsword, and then I'm gonna try to swing at the dude.
Are you dropping? Oh, you already put your sword away. Never mind.
Yeah, you sure did.
Fuck.
Oof.
Well,
Yeah.
he is charging.
He takes -2, but it's still not going to be
So yeah.
not going to be enough. Yeah, that's a low boy. Vanya.
Vanya makes a decision. Seeing her friends get battered up against this wall.
I hate holding
Instead of-
doors.
Instead of going to heal herself, she instead drinks an extract called Targeted Bomb Admixture, which will allow me to focus the damage of my bombs onto one character and
Okay.
increase their damage. So that would be my action, and I don't think I'm doing anything else for my move action. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
All right. Blythe.
Okay, Blythe is going to step back here and then ready in action to attack the next goblin that comes in range because she sees the one down the hall lurking, but I know there are more north too.
Yeah. If he can eventually climb the pile of dead goblins blocking the hallway, he will. He's he's gonna get you,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ryman.
Oh, I think my my lifelink goes off. Yeah, Damon, you heal for 5.
Thank God, I might die. You laugh. but
You're taking the
seriously.
I
brunt
know.
of all the boss.
I mean, we almost died too. We're
Everybody gets their turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep.
Let me think how I want to play this. Roman is going to 5 foot back to here. He's going to aid
Okay.
another on Damon to increase his AC, and he's going to do so defensively.
Mm.
Okay. So what's that? A -2 to your roll to aid?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's a success.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about, like, how do you aid another defensively? I mean, I guess that works. That's really weird. But yeah, I mean, okay. That works. Cardi.
I'm gonna try again to free the horse.
Okay.
Big money, big money, big money. Not that great.
Dang. You don't got wood shape, do you?
I know that's a divine spell.
Do you have nail shape? Because those are the two
Nope.
objects.
I'm actually out of spells for today. So
Yeah, okay.
that's why I'm back here.
You try again, almost as feebly as before. Actually, a 12's not bad for a regular human. But yeah, no dice on yanking that the boards loose. I think you get one to loosen up a little bit. You get like one end of it free.
I should have gone to the horse.
War Chief gets turn. I think they're both gonna focus on. Actually, I think he is. Yeah, no, you know what? They're. I think he's gonna turn and do a ride by charge past. Fuck! I deleted the token of the goblin who was recording the war chanter's turn, and I skipped her. You guys can thank Roll20 for me fucking that up.
Thank you, Roll20.
Rip Nugget is going to turn and charge past Blythe. Back to here.
Okay.
I can AOO. Can you AOO while you're aiding another defensively?
Yeah, that doesn't eat my AOOs. They're a different action.
Can you AOO while you're
Oh, that's a good question.
doing something defensively? That's what
total
tips
defense
me
I
off.
can't.
Yeah.
But I think fighting defensively you can.
Yeah, fighting defensively
You just
doesn't
take a
say
-2 to
anything
it or
against
something
Yeah.
like that.
He would
Okay,
take
so
a
that'd
bonus to
be
everything until his next turn,
right.
or all of his attacks.
Okay. Which attack was at which target?
Oh, I should have declared that before I rolled.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head that I wanted Gecko and then Mount, or then the guy, but just coin flip it. I don't care.
I
Whatever.
mean that would. I mean that works, but they're both gonna. Or are they taking a -2 for the fighting defensively?
I had
Or is that already
not
in there?
So it'd
Okay,
be
so it'd be like a 17.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
they
if they're
will.
charging too,
It would
they'd
be
also have a
minus
-2, so it kind of
4,
balances
right?
out.
Well, it makes a difference.
Oh, okay.
It's -2, but he's charging, so he has -2.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But that would bring his AC down to 19. But if you're fighting defensively, then your attack's a 17
Yeah.
against him. So they would both miss
Yep.
because you're helping him. He does a ride by charge against Blythe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll. Well, I guess I have to actually roll his ride first, then his charge and all the rest of that shit. To make sure he can actually do it. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, what's the hold on, sorry. Now I have to do the what was the rule that you quoted about using a ride to be able to doing a ride check to be able to move your mount, Walker?
DC 20 to be able to move your mount as a standard action. Otherwise, it's a full round action just to move. The rules are so fucking so all over the place.
God.
Half of them are on the ride page, half of them are on the combat
Stay in your
page.
saddle, cover, soft fall. Where do you see that?
Mounted combat, I think. Mounted combat. Mounts do not possess combat training. If you don't dismount, you must. Oh, wait, no. If you don't dismount, you must take a DC 20 ride check each round as a move action to control such a mount. If you succeed, you can perform. Oh wait, no. Oh god, this is horrible. This only applies to mounts that
That
not
aren't
combat.
combat trained. Okay.
This is okay.
Yeah.
Never mind that.
No, I
This is the
thought
worst.
I thought it seemed weird, but I was like, you know what? He looked it up. I know these rules are scattered everywhere.
You
Okay,
just have to do
so
a DC 5 ride check to do an attack. And it's a free action to do that. Guide
Well, it
your
doesn't-
enemies to attack or defend.
okay. He fucked up. He rolled a nat 1 on his ride check, so he can't attack. You can guide your mount with your knees, so you can use both hands in combat.
Please tell me he falls off.
Well, a DC like a nat 1
He's
ride
not-
check, he probably falls off.
Well, I don't know if he's. As a move action, you attempt to control light or not train. Well, I don't know if he has to make a ride check because he's not taking both hands off of his.
Oh, actually, it does on the ride page. It says to control a mount in battle. As your move action, you can attempt to control and ride in battle. If you fail the ride check, you can do nothing else in that round. So it's for horses or ponies trained for. Oh, you do not need to roll this for horses or ponies trained for combat. Never mind. Ugh.
Oh man, this is really
All
just
over the
complete
place.
shit.
Stay in the saddle is DC 5. So if he rolls in that one, he fails to stay in the saddle.
Well, he fucks up anyway, and I don't think that this mount is combat trained. I think it's just a giant gecko that they just like captured and did. So I think Blythe, you ready your sword as you hear the sound of a gecko fast approaching and a goblin war cry. But as you look up, you actually see the gecko just come running past you, and you look and see Chief Ripnugget. I guess who like tumbled from the saddle as it was like riding past. I'm just gonna say this is what happens because the nat 1, like I think he fell on his ass. He just like tumbled out of the saddle
Like,
completely.
leaning over to swing at her, and he like gets off balance and falls
Well, I
out.
think the gecko charged, but I don't think that he did with it. Like on that
beautiful.
one, what else happened?
Yeah.
I think
Without you to
it's-
guide it, your mount avoids combat. Also useful to know.
Well, definitely good to know. Yeah, I think Royman, you missed your attack, but your spear thing caught his like the side of his
stirrups.
like one of the stirrups or something. No, it can't be a stirrup. It caught like the hem of his pants, and he just got yanked off as the gecko went like flying by. All right, this
That's what we need to
commando-
get is a big shepherd's crook so that we can start yoinking these guys off their mounts.
I don't think you have to worry about it for much longer. I don't think this entire campaign is going to be goblin shit. Goblin Commando attacks Damon for 20, or at rolls 20 to hit.
Okay, yes, it does hit.
Damon.
You take 6 points of damage as the Commando slices you with his horse chopper and seems to try to divine what his boss is doing with this very strange maneuver, launching his mount from out under him.
You say 4 or
tactical.
14?
I said 6.
Oh, okay.
And it's your turn. It's it was a 20 to hit and 6 damage.
Okay. Oh goodness. All right. I'm gonna try to. God, not die. I'm gonna try to. Fuck. All right.
Who are you attacking?
I was trying to do that dude.
That's a good choice, considering he is prone. All right, prone. Is that a -4 to AC? I think.
Yes.
So now the real question is he still taking charge penalties?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't
He didn't
think so.
So
Because his
Yeah.
charge failed, he didn't. So
Well, yeah, that's true.
The gecko
the gecko is taking charge penalties.
Yes.
The charge penalties are the same as run penalties. So like if he's not moving, then he's not taking.
Yeah. Damon, you bring your sword down on this goblin, but you hear a big clong as you actually embed your greatsword into his crown, and you don't actually. It saves him from taking any damage. Vanya.
Vanya is going to step up and hurl a bomb directly at Rip Nugget.
Yay!
Not a bad call.
I support.
Oh.
So, it's 22 to hit. He has +4 to his AC from prone because prone is good versus ranged.
Okay.
But it's versus touch.
Okay. Is that if that's it?
So,
yeah, you still hit him.
Okay, so then he takes 20 damage.
Okay,
and I'm hitting him with stagger from that frost bomb.
Okay, Damon, as you embed your sword into his crown and yank it off, it actually pulls this like bent crown off of his head, and he says, "As I was saying, I think it's time to parley." And then he just gets frozen into a block of ice, and then as you're actually watching, it just shatters into pieces on the ground.
Yikes!
I don't need to roll splash damage, right?
You might have to.
No.
Okay.
It's targeted bomb.
That's
mixture.
targeted. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it gives me a +4 to my. It doubles my intelligence bonus to my bombs, and I also rolled max damage. So
yeah, that's good as hell.
That's incredible.
That was a very good max damage to roll. If you had to pick a time.
It wouldn't have worked if he hadn't fallen off there. There might have been more shenanigans.
Yeah. Blythe.
Okay.
I think you actually hear when he shatters. I think you hear some of the other goblins going, "The boss is dead! The boss is dead! Run for it!" And this goblin is just gonna fucking disappear. He's off around the corner. You get the sense that the commando fighting Damon right now is, and I'm gonna read this verbatim. The commando fights to the death, yet does so more by accident than out of bravery.
Oh, goodness.
It's your turn.
Okay. I think I will just step up here since sounds like the others are running, and I will go ahead and just finish off.
Oh, thank God. I hate holding this door.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm very distracted by the gecko running around.
I mean, that's fine too.
The gecko just runs up the walls and is hanging out on the ceiling, just like
licking its eyes and shit. Just doing gecko stuff.
Everyone's just really confused
doing
by what the
pure ass gecko shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slip on a frozen chunk of Rip Nugget, and miss your strike against this goblin commando. It's the War Chanter's turn. She's gonna step up, and she's got a bow in hand, and she's gonna take a shot at Blythe's back, which is such a pretty target. 22 to hit.
Hit.
You feel a sting of 4 points of damage directly in your butt. It's like a perfect butt shot.
Give me that
And
butt!
she is no longer chanting. Cardi,
How much damage?
4 damage.
Okay.
Hopefully, my last one loosens some of the nails enough for this one to work. Come on, cross the fingers. Oh, nope.
Oh no,
Vanya
it's the same roll.
Vanya will turn around and tell Cardi, who probably can't see very well, that Rip Nugget's down.
Oh, that's good. And then Cardi will actually, after doing that, says, "Wait here, horsey. I'm gonna go help my friends finish this, and then we'll be back to save you. It looks like They're doing all right, and then I'm gonna use my movement. Let's see, how far can I get? I can get to here.
Okay.
Because I'm not having much luck with the door because I'm a tiny dwarf with
Yeah.
book smart, not door smart.
So I'm going to tell you there's one other option. There is a trick for animals called breakout. Oh no, they have to be taught to the animal for a week, and then make a successful handle animal.
Yeah.
If you rolled another nat, if you don't, I'd make you roll a nat 20 to make it do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's been trying to break out anyway.
It would have, I would have to know the trick, and then I could use handle animal to tell it to do it.
I think you'd basically have to like direct it like where to kick. It'd be like a very specific weird thing. Okay, is that your whole turn?
That's my whole turn because it was a move or standard action to pull on the door, and then move action.
Royman.
Roymond. Damon heals for 5.
You're so good to me.
I will use my move action to heal myself, and my standard action to heal myself, and then energy body will fade from me.
Okay. It is the commando's turn, and he will turn and slice at Blythe, who just took a shot at him. Oh my! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Did you just kill me?
I think he just killed you. He crit.
I only have 7 HP.
Yeah. It's 13 damage. So he didn't kill you. But you were unconscious.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. So you're at -6.
Yeah.
So you are close to death.
I'm real close to death.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact numbers.
This goblin whips around and with a panicked frenzy, by sheer luck, just catches you in the side of the neck, and you feel the blade hit like the bone of your spine. It cuts almost halfway into your neck, and you almost immediately collapse, dying. Damon, you just watched Blythe get savagely cut down, and the goblin starts laughing. Another elf ear for Chief Ripnugget! Chief Ripnugget! Damn it.
This guy that attacked her.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, I said you're not supposed to hit ladies. And
Yeah.
I was very upset.
He says, ha! Another elf ear! And as you look down, you actually see, like half of Blythe's ear like laying on the ground that it had been cut off when he basically killed her in front of you. He says, Chief Ripnugget! As you how do you do this?
I'm gonna slice from the bottom to the top, so I'm gonna hit the groin area first.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Right back.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. This goblin looks up at you as your sword comes swinging in a massive undercut, probably, I guess, bisecting it right down the middle, and it collapses in 2 pieces, one to each side. And oh no, the combat's not over. There's still more chance.
We got that lady.
Oh man. Okay, Vanya.
Vanya steps over here, and looks to Roymond and says, "Help her, or can you help her?"
Roman's mouth reforms, and he's like, "Yeah, pretty sure."
And she turns and whips a bomb at this lady over here, trying to block the doorway with her lanky ass body.
Okay.
Shield her companions.
Aww.
I guess I will roll to
Holy fuck! Yeah,
20 against her too.
Nice.
Vanya, as you turn and you just whip this bomb, you see the goblin war chanter pulling her bowstring back and aiming at Blythe, and she looks up at you, and with a grin, she just turns and shoots your bomb right as it's in the middle of the air, and it explodes, basically just making the explosion bigger and wider, and just coats her in, what is this, acid or
This is ice.
This is ice.
Frost
Okay.
bomb.
It blows up, and just a shower of hail spikes just fucking cover her whole body, like a Sub-Zero move. And she's just standing there, and as the ice clears, you look and you see that she's just covered in icicle spikes, like through her entire body, and she just collapses back dead. And now we are out of combat.
All right, I get out of rage.
I move over to Vanya and I immediately cast Stabilize.
Okay,
Oh no!
Live.
Or
I was
Blythe,
gonna say,
sorry.
Yeah.
Blythe. That immediately
Yeah.
stabilizes her.
Yep.
So you don't have to make it. Roll a death. Well, you already rolled the death save anyway, which I think that succeeds, right? It's just
Yeah,
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still
So
unconscious though,
you claimed life. You are unconscious.
with an arrow in my ass
Yep.
and my ear somewhere on the floor.
Yeah.
I delicately remove that and I collect the earpiece
Um,
and drop it
Cardi,
in a
what-
bottle of preservative.
Cardi goes over to Damon, who's like coming down from the rage and is probably panting
Yeah, very-
against the wall.
Very
And
fatigued.
like Cardi reaches up and grabs your like ginormous barbarian hand and just like, come with me. We're gonna free the horsey.
Cardi steps over Blythe's dying body and is like, "We need to free this fucking horse."
I can't do anything. I see Royman like at her side casting spells on her. I think she's
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
She's going to be all right.
She still draws breath. Got
Alright,
that going for us.
I will slowly lumber the direction you lead me.
And I will
bring you
cast
to-
Cure Light Wounds on Blythe.
Blythe, you feel your consciousness. Well, I guess I should wait to see how much. Oh no, Vanya, you are already cured as well.
I healed my spells or my extracts only work on me.
Right.
But I was at half health, so
Yeah.
figured it was prudent.
8. So that puts you up to 2 hit points.
Oh.
Blythe, yeah, you wake up.
What? What the
Welcome back to the land of the living.
fucking goblins?
I think you're going to pull through. Or I should say, I think you're going to pull through.
That's
I should
probably
mention
unnerving right when you wake
also.
up.
And she'll kind of stagger to her
Do
feet.
you want this? I mean, we could see if we could reattach it, but
She's just like holds out her hands, and I imagine just like looking at her ear, like it's.
If Damon was there, she
So
would.
there's an interesting question. Like, does your ear regrow if you receive magical healing?
No.
You could probably.
I don't think
reattach
so.
it.
how we've talked about it before, like it just accelerates natural healing.
Yeah.
Well, so like,
You get a nice
like if you
scar.
have the ear, like, so you have the ear, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I have
You can
the top of her ear.
reattach like fingers with natural healing, just like you stitch them back on in a hospital. Like you can do that with your ear too. Like,
But
So-
can we do it in a fantasy medieval setting?
well, like you're using Cure Light Wounds, and that's basically like super fast healing. So you just like
So I just
put
put her
it.
ear
put-
back
maybe.
on when I'm healing her.
Yeah, exactly. and
solved.
It like
Okay, so I never
reattaches-
saw
So-
the ear.
So here's how I'm thinking of this. I think that if you get attacked, especially if you get crit to unconsciousness, like negative HP, and you are at the point where like you have to roll a death save, I want to have a permanent injury on
That's
you.
happened 3 times to Blythe now, though.
Well,
All right, so you basically have one arm and that's it.
you know you gotta roll with the
yeah.
punches.
That's
That's
happened to
fine,
you
no,
3
I'll
times.
pull it.
I knew it happened to you once at
Yeah.
the very first day.
And then in
So
the
I was
basement
like-
with Tsudo.
It's happened
Oh,
to you
man.
for every level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get all right. You're missing a lot of.
She's got a few cuts,
shit then.
a few
Yeah.
scars.
So I get to keep this. All right. I need to anyway.
If Damon was there, I would have probably said, "Oh, you got human ears now."
Well,
I
it's my
think
whole yours, Chip.
I think it's up to you, Blythe. If that putting the ear back to your putting the cut off ear back on, or like the piece of it that's, I think like half your ear got cut off, not the entire thing.
No, I think
Elfie
it
part.
The
Yeah, I
tip
think
is very
the
pointy.
Elfie. Yeah, I think the Elfie tip got sheared off.
I mean, I like the idea.
I'm
of,
gonna
like,
let this
having-
be your cosmetic decision.
Yeah, if you're gonna, I do like the idea of having like big crits that nearly kill you,
Mhm.
leaving scars
Mhm.
is really cool. But like, if that's gonna be the case, then when you make the crit, the character should have at least a little bit control of how they affect
Yeah.
him.
No, yeah,
Well-
I'm totally okay with like part of her ear or all of her ear being gone. I that makes perfect sense
Or
to
even
me.
like
Okay.
a large scar where we reattach it.
Well, I think I mean I could also you know what, we could also do like a rolling. I'm sure there's a table somewhere where you can roll for.
Oh, there's gotta be.
Yeah, there's battle scar or amputation on the combat page.
Can you link that?
Sure.
If you want to do it that way, you do that way, or do the ear. It's up to you.
I think we should do the ear because like this one, some of it wouldn't make sense.
Uh-huh.
I'll link it so you can see. Like, because it includes things like you lose a leg, or
Yeah, I don't want that.
that seems
Yeah, these
excessive.
are
Given, yeah,
these are vague. I think loss of a finger makes sense. Impressive wound, loss of an. I don't want loss of an eye. That's the gameplay mechanics part is where it gets. I just want. I think a cosmetic thing. I'm not going to.
No, I think losing like half her ear makes sense,
lose a leg
or all of the ear. Either way is.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Like losing your ear doesn't necessarily mean that you're like hard of hearing.
Right.
Mm.
But
I think-
it's just a cosmetic thing.
But I especially like the idea that well, goblins collect ears. Like if you actually had seen Chief Rip Nugget, he actually had like a scapular of like human ears.
Okay,
and you
so
had
yeah,
seen
that makes perfect
like
sense.
some of those things. So that would be a an on brand trophy that a goblin would want to collect from you guys. I'm gonna say that half of your left ear has been cleaved off, and Royman summoned his magic to stabilize you, and when he stabilized you, it actually stopped all of the bleeding and all the hemorrhaging, and it caused that wound on your ear to like heal up to the point that you can't reattach the remnant of it.
Which I'm going to take very good care of.
Creepy.
She's just kind of like,
Perhaps at
she's
some
pretty
point it can
shaken.
be. Perhaps at some point we can reattach it. I just
Yeah,
sort of
I'm
jiggle it around in a little
I
bottle.
can figure out some spells for that later. And I turn to Vanya and I'm like very wide-eyed.
She just like tosses it up in the air, catches it, and sticks it in her pouch.
Royman just turns to Vanya and he's like mouthing like, "I can't fix that later."
That's pretty much what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we take care of all the goblins at least?
Yeah, the goblins are dead, and you're alive, and you look fine.
Hold on, I
Got a
gotta roll
human
sense motive there.
You
ear.
look tough.
Yeah, roll bluff.
It doesn't have to be hard. This
I'm
isn't
not
her strong
bluffing.
point.
Okay.
I'll do it anyway. Yeah, suck it.
And so the
Okay.
DM told you.
Thanks, Roymond. The rash, I guess, is starting to go away too.
Wait,
Yeah, when does that go away?
what?
I want
You
to
had a
know.
rash?
From
Yeah,
the
poison.
dog.
The dog poison.
Oh.
Plus, you still have a
Previous.
goblin arrow in your butt.
Yeah.
No,
I took
Vanya
that out.
removed the
Oh,
arrow.
you did.
Yeah.
I presume the healing at least stopped the present bleeding from
Yeah.
everything.
Ass hemorrhage has abated.
Yeah.
She's had a rough day.
You've had a rough month.
Yeah.
You've almost
Yeah.
died 3 times.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
how is this horse operation going?
Did we save the horse?
Yeah, I think while all the
No.
healing is happening, I bring Damon sluggishly over to the horse and say to Damon, I tried to free it, but my wee hands are just a little bit too tiny. Do you think you could help? You're a big, strong dude.
Let me see, and then I'll start like
I'll-
stretching and
I'll
crackling
help.
my knuckles. Hey, you
will-
just died.
I will
Give me a
observe.
chance.
From
I'll
over here.
assist.
Over here.
I'll help.
Is there anything around around the room that could be used as a crowbar?
Vanya's like gesturing for Cardi to get out of the way.
Blythe can't assist. She's actually too weak.
Yes.
She like tries with all her heart, but yeah, nothing.
This large courtyard is open to the sky. Tenacious clumps of partially trampled grass grow fitfully here and there in the hard-packed earth, in places stained with blood and scratched with burrows. To the north, what appear to be 2 dead goblins lie slumped at the entrance to an outbuilding. I guess you could use like a goblin femur.
Yes, use the goblin. That is exactly what the
take,
fuck I was going to
take
say.
one of the dog slicers actually from one of the
nice.
goblins, and then
Yeah.
show Damon how to use it as a crowbar.
Okay.
And say, here, try this.
I'm sure it groans painfully under the load.
It might help a little bit in trying to remove the.
Is that
Why don't you punch
is that
it?
any
maybe.
enhancement when I roll again?
Yeah, I will give you a bonus, and I will remove 2 for Cardi's previous loosening of the boards from the DC. So let's say you have a +6 total to this.
Yeah, because neither
this
of us
check.
could actually help apparently.
Right.
She rolled a 14, so that's a 20.
Oh,
So there's
well,
that.
I'd say
plus
roll
6.
again.
Okay.
Okay.
Plus 6,
It takes a little bit longer. You're not able to do it quite as quickly, but you're able to get the work down to probably like a minute. Whereas it would have probably taken like 5 minutes to like pull all this shit apart. And as
24.
the final board comes free, yeah.
Cardi steps behind Damon as the board comes free and like raises his hands up in the air and says, "Whoa, Nelly."
Yeah, as the final board comes free. Let me. Oh, can you see that? Did I?
It's like partially open. I can see sort of inside.
Okay.
There's like a tiny gap. There we go.
Okay.
Because you said there were gaps in the board, so when you
Jesus,
Yeah,
it's a fucking big horse.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see this
Oh.
giant
for
armored
you,
barded
especially.
horse, Clydesdale, kind of stamping its foot impatiently. But it kind of snuffles and at you guys as it looks toward Cardi for some sort of direction.
Cardi walks up next to Damon and just like reaches up his hand and puts it up towards the horse's nose.
The horse bends down and just rubs its forehead against your hand.
And then I reach into my bag and pull out some rations and feed it to the horse.
What kind of rations?
Probably just like some vegetables, just like.
Okay, you got a carrot, some carrots and apples and shit. Hey, you pull a carrot out and it immediately starts like very gratefully chomping down. You can see that this horse looks like it's eating it like it's ravenous. It probably hasn't been here long enough to be thin skin and bones. But it's clearly very hungry.
I look on the horse for anything that might identify it, and say, "What's your name there, horsey?"
James Baxter.
Yeah,
I'm
a wizard horse.
Looking for like saddlebags or like embroidery, because I mean it's wearing armor and stuff, so
Yeah,
it might have an identifying marker. If not, then it doesn't.
Yeah, it's got a collar around his throat, and there's like a little medallion on it, and it says Shadow Mist. If found, please contact. But then the rest of it is all scratched out.
Hey there, Shadow Mist. Looks like
Please contact 555.
Yeah,
it's a phone number, but phones don't exist yet.
Yeah.
This is actually like the horse of a really intense LARP that got dimensionally transported.
Yeah. This horse looks extremely robust, like a fucking war horse. Actually, but it looks like it's pretty low on hit points right now. No hit points, but it looks really unhealthy right now. It looks like it's not in much of a position to be doing too well. It looks like it probably wouldn't have been too much longer before it would have probably succumbed to starvation and not drinking.
Okay, there, Shadow Mist. Let's see if we can get you back to Sandpoint before.
I have some concerns about bringing this horse across the bridge.
They got it here, right?
They got it here all right, and I don't think the bridge has taken any damage since we crossed it. I think we're probably all right.
Yes, I'll go before it goes.
I think that's fair. Are we sure that we got rid of all the goblins? We didn't find what's her face.
Didn't we reinforce the bridge anyway?
Yeah.
Yes.
We had used some extra ropes.
You did, yeah.
What's the name of
there may be more.
the Asimar lady?
Nualia.
Nualia. Did we manage to find Nualia here?
No, but we haven't been upstairs yet. But to be honest, I'm pretty thin on resources.
I am pretty much fresh out of spells unless you count these, and I Ray of Frost, the wall over there.
I get the sense that I could probably heal one more time, but after that, I really need to rest.
Maybe we should find a place to
supplies are
camp
closed.
out.
Perhaps the throne room would be fairly defensible? Or maybe that would be an active place.
Remind me, we got here when we came to this place. We spent a day traveling, or did we end up to get up?
No, it's only a few hours, 3 hours walk, I think. Or no.
Looking at the Cardi looks up at Shadow Mist and says, "Well, unless y'all have a little bit more food in your bags, I don't know if we've got enough rations to keep the horse happy.
Well,
perhaps we might just
I can take care of this." And Royman just sprays a bunch of water on the ground in front of the horse.
The horse.
Oh.
Okay.
For it to drink. I got it. I was
the horse immediately lowers its head and starts lapping up whatever water you're spraying down.
Well, it's a cantrip, so I just make a fucking pit full of water. It's great.
It just keeps fucking drinking it. Big ass horse.
So we got that taken care of.
Yeah.
I can't make food, but water is a non-issue.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we can stay here for the night, or we could just head back to Sunpoint and come back in the morning.
Well, it was kind of precarious getting here. I don't know that I would want to cross all that again.
As much as I don't like the idea of camping here, perhaps it is wiser to stay.
Have we explored this hallway up here?
Not fully.
There was a
I think you opened. Yeah, I think you got to hear. I think you had walked through some hallways, but
okay.
And you opened one random door, and there was just a blank room, and you guys were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, because we ran into 7 of those.
Yeah.
Well,
you know there's stairs going down. I think you had found that.
Cardi suggests that we actually maybe camp here instead of the throne room, since the throne room had all those doors.
There was a lot more doors in here, though. I don't know.
Perhaps we should go back and investigate the full throne room.
There are a lot of nice goblin beds, you would assume, somewhere, considering the half-dressed goblins that came charging out to attack you.
Nice and goblin beds in the same sentence.
Does not sound right.
Might be suitable for them.
Nice
Cardi
for goblins.
Pets Shadow Mist's neck as he's drinking the water that Royman created, and says, "We're gonna investigate a little bit, but we'll be right back. Don't worry."
He looks a little worried.
Is there Is there grass in here, or what's on the floor?
Random tufts of it, but it's mostly dirt. It looks like
This
an
was
old
the dog
exercise
room.
yard. Yeah. There's a bunch of dog poop all over the place.
Goblin dog poop at that.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, goblin dog poop.
Okay.
Plenty of fuel for a fire.
Yeah, we could. Is it like it's open air right here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't the worst place, because then
There,
the smoke will all go up instead
there are
of.
a lot of doors.
Cardi says, well, this room right here is a storeroom, and that room, we should bar the doors, and probably this one back here, but that's only 3.
Okay.
I think we could maybe.
Set up a little camp.
Yeah, and then maybe we could sleep in storerooms, and the shed over here with the horse. Is there some room back there?
It's full of horse shit.
This room is full of dog shit. I don't think it
Cardi's
That's why
matters.
I'm
Dog
voting for
blood.
the throne room.
Cardi starts casting prestidigitation all over this yard to clean up the horse shit and the
I was gonna say because there are
blood
also
and-
2 rotting goblin corpses.
Well, I mean, we could take care of that, and Royman just starts throwing the dogs over his shoulders and hauling them to a corner.
Yeah, Cardi
Can't be encumbered.
on
Damn
the
right.
corner. And makes it smell like roses.
The goblin dog shit is so bad it takes 2 prestidigitations to get rid of it.
Well, I mean, if we've decided that we're gonna rest, let's spend like the rest of the day sort of like cleaning the room, preparing.
I think
it,
you
and
guys are
barring the
good to
doors
go,
and-
man. You can definitely go through another. You could almost get through rolling initiative before you guys succumb to death.
I was like, I've got 2 hit points
I was
left.
like, where's he going with this?
Yeah, so I think we spend like the rest of the day sort of like prepping this room to rest in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then like as the sun sets, we like
Yep.
light a fire and
I will
Makes
cast
sense.
my last Cure Light Wounds on Blythe.
Cool.
Probably
That'd
a
be
wise
nice.
choice.
Very nice.
Not bad.
Cardi looks at Raymond and says, "If you've got any of that lifelink left, you might want to use some of it to top off this big fella here." And he points at Damon, who looks a little bit worse for wear.
I forgot that I even had it on him, actually, because it should have kept going, but he didn't put a dot on his token.
But
He
you
did.
said to take it off because you were done.
No, I didn't.
Like you. Okay, I heard.
You were
I
done.
could've
He was done being in life form. He wasn't done life linking. That
Oh.
was what you heard.
Okay.
Yeah, so I heal for 10 more, because then I would have dismissed it after that.
And that way because we're gonna
Well,
rest, so it might as well be. Also, if you're low, it's not that bad because you can just top yourself off in the morning.
I guess.
You're the one that told us that it's better that you heal yourself. So.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I dismiss my lifelinks for the day.
Okay, cool. I'll take mine off in a sec.
And Roymond will help with the fire. I have Spark as a cantrip.
There's plenty of wood outside in those thistles.
Fuck yeah.
Be careful. It's poisonous. Remember.
Well, no, like outside there was just regular bushes outside the castle.
Oh right, it did have regular bushes. You're right.
And I hear a book being flipped through.
That's just me checking shit out.
Yep, Vanya will start mixing up her extracts and reagents for the next day and reading over some notes and marking down some notes about the goblin dogs and Rip Nugget and
Can
that
we
kind of stuff.
investigate the storerooms that we found so far? And like, if there's any food or something, I would probably try to offer.
Yeah,
it to
and
the
We
host.
did
Yeah,
find
there's-
food
There was
last
some.
time, didn't we?
There was some
Pickles.
looked like stolen pickles that had been like taken in one of the storerooms.
I'll stick to my
Um,
hardtack, thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not looking at for like because I can live off of my trail rations for the day, but like I want to give food to the horse
hmm
who's not eaten.
You can find some like crates of like stolen vegetables and shit.
Cool.
Some of them actually have the boxes are like clearly embossed with like the Sandpoint like
Very
grocer.
obviously stolen.
Yeah,
en
these
route.
were like recently stolen.
Cool. Yep.
Lying fuckers.
I feed the horse what I find and like pet it and like clean up the horse shit in the stall and then like lay down next to it.
It's not a stall; it's a shed that is
Oh,
that they
gotcha, okay.
forced a horse into and then nailed the door shut.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
So I'm
Cardi,
assuming
you're
he
really
probably is
taking
just
to this
out of
beast.
it.
Yeah.
He probably as soon as we open the door.
Actually,
leaves.
as you guys are just like talking and shit for like so long, he just like walks through you and steps out so that he can like actually like move a little bit and then starts like grazing at a little bit of like the brush, the thin brush on the ground.
I as we're like winding down for the night and like set a fire and all that, I just kind of like sit next to him and just like pet him.
And
Yeah.
I check the goblin bodies.
He seems like he's got a very good relationship with you, Cardi. I don't think you don't know how to like teach him tricks in the
Nope.
way that
I don't have animals, so
Yeah.
like, no amount
Are
of
you-
me like doing anything.
right, but you seem to have definitely reached a simpatico arrangement with this horse. He seems to like and trust you.
Good.
Do you think
yeah,
you're ready to take
investigate.
on the horse?
But yeah, let's check the goblin bodies.
And the throne
Awfully
room.
large burden.
I wonder if the goblin leader had anything good
Are
on
you
him
guys doing
that
this
he
before
stole.
you rested or afterward?
Before.
Before
Mhm.
we're like
Okay.
prepping this area for the day.
Okay,
Yep.
just
I,
want to be clear.
I want to go see if he had anything on him that maybe he stole, or I mean, I think the other goblins probably don't have anything useful, but
I
Oh,
think
and
he
maybe
should
the
be
chanter.
pretty well thought out by now.
maybe.
Yeah, you find a bloody pile of melted, just kind of like puddle of goblin goop. But all of the physical objects that he was wearing are in perfect order. Just kind of laying there in a perfect goblin shape.
like a fucking crime sketch on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. As you guys go through his belongings, you find one potion, a masterwork breastplate sized for a small creature.
I take a 10 on spellcraft to identify anything we find, which is
Okay.
a
Oh,
3.
I'll
It's
You
a
just do it.
guarantee.
Alchemy.
Vanya, you identify a potion of cure moderate wounds. I think the masterwork breastplate is self-evident. Cardi, you identify his short sword as being a +1 short sword, faintly humming with magical energy. There's the dented crown that is slightly bisected from Damon's great sword, but it looks like it's probably about 20 gold worth of gold. There's a key ring with several keys on it.
Which honestly he may have just had because it jingles.
It does jingle
Yeah.
very, very finely.
Suitable
what you
to
find.
toddlers and goblin entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all you find on him.
Vanya will collect the crown.
Okay. I'm gonna check the freaking like caster lady. I can't remember her name.
You never asked her name, so
True. She's just the refreshment lady.
yeah. Roll a reflex save to pass through your grease.
It's
Oh,
well
it's-
gone. by
Mhm,
this
So
point.
just kidding.
gone.
I'm kidding. Vanya, you can identify a potion that she had on her as a potion of cure light wounds. You also find Cardi a wand of silent image with 5 charges.
Ooh.
She seems to be wearing studded leather armor, has a short sword, a short bow with 19 arrows or 18 arrows, a whip, and 20 gold pieces.
What was the wand again?
Silent image with 5 charges. Also, I
Take
tried to squeeze it in, but I think you guys forgot anyway. As soon as you killed her, Vanya, the sound of the goblins coming across the bridge from outside the door vanished immediately.
Illusion.
If
I had to guess.
That's all you find on her.
Did you guys
The rest.
Did we get that all written down? Because I didn't catch all of it. Okay.
Blythe is investigating the gecko.
I didn't write down, like, we don't have a bag of holding, so I didn't write down
the gecko's just chilling, dude.
So I will take the 2 potions and offer them to our frontline people, Damon and
I will take 1. What was
a cure light and a cure moderate.
Okay.
Damon and Blythe.
You should probably take the moderate, just because you got more health points.
More health, more likely to lose health.
A cure moderate wounds is a cure light wounds to Damon.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, yeah. That's absolutely true.
So it's like a shot.
What you consider to be
you
a
could
shot
just toss them back.
is like a 20-ounce can.
That's like what the barbarian does whenever they get back from a battle. They go to the bar and they like line up shots of cure potions.
I imagine that like cure potions, instead of being like, oh, this is a bigger spell, it's just more of this potion. So it's like a cure light wounds is like a small little vial. A cure moderate wounds is a bigger vial. For serious wounds, it's an enormous bottle.
Yeah, it's like a big old Sunny D bottle.
It's a fucking like milk jug. It's a whole gallon of potion.
Yeah, like when you get to like cure critical wounds, it's just a fucking gallon jug of cure potion.
Like you know how those like football players on college campuses always walk around with a fucking gallon of water? It's just like that, but it's the health potion for barbarians.
Oh man. Yeah. The goblins all have what you would expect, dog slicers and horse choppers and shitty armor and nothing of
unless anybody wants studded leather armor or a short bow, I'm not writing those down.
No, we can leave it there, but she had gold on her though, right?
Yeah, I wrote down the 20. Gold. I have the Wand of Silent Image because I don't think you can cast that.
Let's go ahead
each of the commandos, there were 3 of them. No, there are 4 of them? They all had a potion of cure moderate wounds, which...
Fuck yeah!
Three of them.
Yeah, okay.
Boy, sure would have been helpful for them if they remembered that they had it, but they forgot more out of by accident than out of bravery.
It makes sense.
I will
if you're
take
a goblin
one.
in combat, you don't think, oh, I should probably use this thing in my back.
No. They probably didn't know what they were.
I would like one, if that's cool.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Who's least likely? Because there'd be 4 of
are
them.
the least likely.
Well, yeah,
4
I think you're the
moderate
least
and
likely,
1
because I
light.
do get up in combat.
I'll take the light if you guys each want to take a moderate.
Sure, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Cool. I'll just write down that I have a cure light wounds, and each of you guys get a cure moderate wounds.
Sexy. I dig it.
And you have the dented crown worth 20 gold, you said?
Yes, I'm keeping the crown.
Cure moderate.
Okay, I will make sure you note that it's 20 gold because I'm deleting it from my bags. Bye.
Oh no, I'm keeping the crown. This is a trophy now.
Yeah. Blythe, you see the gecko just kind of coiled up on the throne. It seems not super chill with you like moving really close to it. It kind of hisses at you aggressively.
I toss it like a piece of jerky and just kind of hunker down next to it. Just chilling out.
Its tongue like lashes out and catches the jerky and it eats it. If you want to improve its attitude toward you, you will need a handle animal.
Okay.
You could do wild empathy.
Try not to die.
Well, handle animal is diplomacy for animals, I think, as far as I understand it.
Wild empathy is diplomacy for animals.
Wild empathy is...
Wait, guys. Okay, so there's diplomacy, which you can use on animals. Wild empathy is a trait that lets you use the handle animal skill as diplomacy for animals. Like, handle animal is normally only used for training and making animals do tricks. It doesn't affect their mood at all.
So I don't think wild empathy is based on handle animal.
No, it's just D20 plus 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually,
like,
fuck this game. These rules are so fucking absurd. I hope that I never have to do mounted combat again.
This
Yeah,
is why a lot of people don't allow like Cavaliers in their game because it's just
So
ass.
much
It's just
shit.
ass.
Well, the rules are
Yeah.
not even like well written in Pathfinder. Like,
Yeah.
They don't look like they were like really even fully thought out.
It's one of those things that's like has haphazardly grown from different modules, so that's why
Maybe in
it's all over the
2
place.
it'll be good.
That was my wild empathy check. Just
Okay.
to chill with the gecko.
It functions like
Like
diplomacy
diplomacy.
check to improve the attitude of an animal.
Yeah. But handle
D20
animals
plus
does
ranger
not do
and
that.
charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I keep forgetting that she's a ranger.
Yeah. What's the DC to improve? Starting attitude, I think, is probably unfriendly. Yeah, I mean, you
20
kill
plus,
masters. It's
yeah.
20 plus its charisma
Charisma
mod,
mod.
which is probably not much.
Probably negative. It's a gecko.
Because it's an animal.
Its charisma is 7, so that's what, a -2?
-3.
Yes.
3.
-2.
-2.
Oh, -2, sorry.
Shouldn't be
Yeah, it's
-3.
-2.
Yeah.
It's -2.
Yeah, so it would be 18 would be the DC to
Nope.
improve its attitude. I would give you a bonus for the jerky. It's not going to
I don't think it would do
save that, but yeah, it's not going to save a 12, but I'd give you a +1 for the jerky.
it.
I can make it a +2. I think feeding
It doesn't
animal
really
helps a lot.
matter because it doesn't. I mean, it's still 12.
Just
No,
bring
for
him
sure.
the rest of Rip Nugget.
What I'm saying is this particular action did it seems like it kind of hisses at you in a threatening way that seems to suggest it wants more jerky.
He'll toss it more jerky.
Cardi is going to test his luck and says, hey, gecko.
Vanya starts reaching into her bag, bandages whenever somebody loses a finger to this thing. Trying to be
I'm on the
Okay.
other side of the room. I'm not getting anywhere close.
This gecko is going to wipe your fucking party if you guys keep trying to.
All right.
I got 3 more bombs.
Any of
Well,
this.
All right, diplomacy. So, yeah, I think you also fail, Cardi.
Yeah.
to improve
I'm
its
only
attitude.
one shy of
It just
the-
like crawls up onto the ceiling.
Yeah, and runs away from us.
It starts hissing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just starts like spazzing out around the room. So you guys are like keep approaching it and trying to like make it a friend.
I look at everyone else in the party. I was like, okay, horse likes me, but this one doesn't.
Do
I think
one of
I'm
these
gonna go back to
doors
the
lead
horse.
out?
What?
Was there anything else in the throne room?
There are 3 doors adjoining the throne room. There's nothing there. I'll read you the description again. This large throne room is decorated with hanging furs along its walls, mostly black and red striped fire pelt skins. I didn't read that with proper cadence. Various dog pelts, and in some cases, what look like horse hides. 4 square timbers support the ceiling, their faces studded with dozens of iron spikes, with the lower reaches decorated with dozens of impaled and severed hands in various stages of decay. To the northeast, a wooden platform supports a throne heaped with dog pelts and horse hides. Dog skulls adorn the armrests, and a horse skull leers over the throne's back. So, yeah, I don't think there are any items like laying around in this room.
Okay.
Yeah, Cardi from here is just like, let's not explore too much further. We're better
Yeah.
off sticking to the courtyard until we rest a little bit. And well, he'll investigate the corpses in this hallway. But other than that, which I guess gives us the potions. But
Yeah, it's
then he
just
goes
the
back
potions and the
to the
goblin
horse and pets the horse and gives it the pickles and other various vegetables that he found while
shit. Seems happy.
I will make sure to close the doors to the throne room so the gecko stays inside.
It says, suggesting it wants more jerky. And also reminding you that it's not a horse to kowtow to your beck and call.
Geckos have some dignity.
Yeah. It's a majestic giant gecko.
With their cute black eyes.
It bit you.
I think that was Zoo saying it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How
Clearly,
Damon
she
feels
has
about
already
it.
forgiven it.
Yeah. He didn't mean it. Okay.
He was just scared.
So you guys are making camp in the like courtyard area?
Yep.
Mm,
Okay. I'm assuming you're taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
With watches, I presume, since we're in the
Yeah.
enemy castle.
That's probably a wise idea. What order are the watches coming in?
I will go in the middle of the night since I am a dwarf.
I
I have the dark vision.
will take the first watch because I have to take my armor off.
Ooh, I got dark vision, so I can take like the middle of the ship.
Wait, you have dark vision? What?
Orcs.
Orc?
Half
Oh,
orc.
you're an orc.
Half orc, yeah.
Half orc.
half-
I
Kinda
forgot you were a
forgot about
half
that.
orc. I thought you were just a human. I forgot.
Half orc.
A fork? You're a
So I,
half orc.
I suppose
Half
that
orc.
means during the night I'm not a knight anymore because I don't have armor on.
My fucking god. Take 1 point of permanent damage. Just remove a health.
Lol.
I'll take
Okay,
whatever
so-
shift is left.
So the order is give me the order.
Royman will be first.
I'll go next. Shift 2.
I will go third, and then Damon probably after me.
4.
Blythe will go last then.
And that works because you have the low light.
Mhm.
Morning shift. Oh, it's so good to have two people that can be awake in the middle of the night. Oh, this is so great.
Okay. You guys all lay in bed or make your camp
dirt.
with whichever provisions you've got. Are you doing anything to like bar the doors or anything like that?
Yeah. I think if we can find like hammers or just something hammer-like, we might reuse the boards that were boarding up the shed to board up some of the doors. Obviously, it'll be less strong because we're spraying
Yeah.
it thinner, but
Well, they're goblins. They're probably not that much stronger than
Yeah.
Cardi.
I think everything is significantly stronger than Cardi.
Yeah.
It's a dumb stat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I imagine Blythe positions herself like in front of one of the doors just for the night to keep guard.
Somewhere in as you guys kind of lay in bed at night, Royman, you take the first watch, and as you're kind of stoking the small fire and watching as this horse kind of settles itself down to actually lay down for a change from being in that like cloistered little shed, you hear a noise coming from the door that Blythe is sleeping next to, or rather coming from the other side of it. Roll me a perception check. Oh boy.
Oh Christ! Does Blythe get a
Wow.
chance to roll?
Yeah.
She's sleeping.
Well, yeah, I am sleeping. This is your shift.
Still
Well,
is
you
get
right
a
next to
penalty.
her head, but
If you want to try, roll it, Blythe, but you're gonna have to roll a
Okay.
nat 20 to get anything out of this.
I do get +2 if you count this as urban.
It's not a nat 20.
Well, I mean, elves have things for sleeping and perceptional sleeping, I thought.
Is there?
Not as far
What
as
about
I
half
know.
elves? So she only gets
maybe.
half their bonus.
Maybe. Actually, it doesn't look like it.
Yep.
I
Okay.
think Blythe is asleep anyway. The extra blood that had come from her shaved off ear kind of clogged, was still clogging it up a little bit. And
We'll
even
clean that
though
up in the morning.
she can still hear quite well, or even though she normally is extremely perceptive, this very slight noise seems to escape her attention, and after a few minutes, Royman, you think actually you probably were just hearing some wood creaking, and that probably
paranoia. Yep.
it was probably just paranoia and stress and anxiety from your recent troubles.
Huh, must have been the wind.
Probably was the wind.
He's got an
You pass
arrow
the rest
sticking
of-
out of his forehead.
Yeah. Must be a trick of the wind. My ears must be playing tricks on me. You pass the rest of the night uneventfully, and everybody else takes their watches, and nothing out of the normal seems to have happened.
Remind me how healing overnight works. I don't even remember.
It's just like
one hit
it's
point
like,
per character level,
right.
Yeah. Which is exactly
and
what I
one
need to be at
point.
full.
It reduces any debuff, reduces any skill damage by 1.
Which
Ability
would
damage,
affect
Ability.
Damon, I think, and
me,
you.
yeah.
With you and your itchies.
Yeah. And with that, you all wake up. I think that you guys had spent the larger portion of the afternoon and evening last night scouting the forest, handling those combats, literally invading a goblin fortress and murdering all of the occupants.
True.
And it was about nightfall probably when you had finished and explored and looted everybody. And it's probably dawning the next morning now as you guys awaken.
Okay.
This place still smells like shit.
Yeah, I think you
Hmm.
might have missed a spot.
Royman says while putting his armor back on.
There's fresh horse shit that
don't.
that the horse that Shadow Mist had laid overnight. You're starting to understand where he got his name.
No.
God.
Cardi cleans up the horse shit with
I don't
prestidigitation
think,
a couple times.
I don't think an army of wizards could scrub the goblin filth out of this place. It's probably best that it be burned down. If it wasn't so damp.
I was gonna say, Royman is like, that's a great idea. Walks over to the wall and casts a spark, and it just goes. Psst.
Yeah, you guys all wake up with a very minor bit of congestion. It's not enough to dock any of your rolls or your skill checks, but it's
I
just
have
so
something-
damp in this place.
Probably not good to be breathing all of this mold.
I can almost guarantee that it isn't.
If you guys are cool with it, this is probably a good place to put a pin in it,
Yeah.
time-wise. That was
I
a
agree.
big combat,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and took quite a long time.
I got to use energy body though, which was cool because I've had that for a while now.
Yeah.
I almost died, but didn't again.
I got you.
I finally got to use my targeted bomb admixture to great effect.
Yeah, it was very
Mhm.
good.
To literally maximum
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at a pretty
Great.
crucial time as well.
Yes.
My
because-
contributions to that combat were 2 greases and telling us to fight so that
Well,
we didn't die.
that fucking grease. Yeah, that's
Yes.
Mhm.
such a
Well, like
such
if
a
we
multiplier.
had fought in the crown room or like the throne room, then we would have been flanked immediately. It would have
Well,
sucked.
the whole I'm just putting that note there just so that I remember as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that whole thing was supposed to happen in the throne room, so that he could use his charge by and just like strafe around in this like cloistered room.
Hashtag fuck that shit.
So as much as I hate it, I think that your guys' policy of moving to a doorway and greasing the entrance is actually pretty effective.
Well, it's one of those like until I get more spells, I'm very limited. So it's like I have to.
Positioning is incredibly important in the early levels too.
Yeah, it's really effective, and I will say, if you guys did that all like, if you guys fought everything like straight up that way, like I don't know, man, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's what happened our first encounter.
Yeah.
It seems clear to me now that we were meant to have the horse helping us. But
I don't think you're meant to per se. I think it's mostly there so that if you have a druid or somebody, they have an opportunity to help.
Right.
But the horse has recovered quite a bit of its HP overnight, but it had 14 points of non-lethal damage when you found it.
Yikes.
So it was hurting real bad.
Well, luckily, all of that gets healed overnight.
Yeah. So it's looking fit as a fiddle now, apparently.
Well, also don't forget that I do record these sessions, so if we need to reference anything back, that's an option too. I'm gonna stop this one though.